What up, what up, what up, what up? Y'all know the routine. As you come in, drop a like, drop a comment. Make sure you hit that notification bell. You already know. Let's rock out while we get some people in the building.
Got my whole family depending on me. I stay on the go. Gotta go get it in fast. That's the one thing that I know. I stay on the go. Not trying to live in the past. That's why I'm switching the flow. I stay on the more dreams. I wanted more things. I want a whole lot from the gate. Don't want no codeine. Don't want to soul me. I want a whole kitchen, not a cake. Trying to do 4 things to build more kings. I ain't never trying to take a break. So many more things I want to go see. So my family never gotta wait. You want accounts, I want to own a bank. Really, they want to be me, but they can't. Learn about my life and they probably a faint. Crumble too quick when they get in the pain. They want the cars and watches. They be unconscious. Still trying to prove to the fakes. Bitch, I'm a monster. Sit home, I'm loading my Glock up. Make sure my family's safe. So many people depending on me. I just can't throw it away like it's nothing. You trying to level up, follow with me. I get you lit at the push of a button. I ain't come to you to say you no dreams. Tell you to do anything. I done it.
Yeah, make sure as y'all come in, y'all know the routine. Go ahead and share this over to Instagram. Go ahead and get some people involved in this conversation. That is the name of the game, getting people involved in this conversation. Today, we're going to put the conversation of old school genetics to rest because there's so many people that's like, bro, you don't understand the old school strains. No, apparently you haven't done your research if you don't know anything about the old school strains. So today, we are going to put this to rest. This is going to be the last time that I have this conversation. This is going to be the last time that I have to justify my feeling towards the old school strains. And after today, everything is going to make more sense and you guys are going to understand why I will not deal with a lot of these ancient fucking strains. So, we're going to give people just a little bit more time to come in. We're going to rock out for a quick second and then it's back to business. So, enjoy the music.
I stay on the go. Got my whole family dependent on me, so I can't even fold. I stay on the go. Got me some knowledge. I feel like I found me a part of that gold. I stay on the go. Gotta go get it in fast. That's the one thing that I know. I stay on the go. Not trying to live in the past. That's why I'm switching the flow. I stay on the more dreams. I wanted more things. I want a whole lot from the gate. Don't want no codeine. Don't want to soul me. I want a whole kitchen, not a cake. Trying to do 4 things to build more kings. I ain't never trying to take a break. So many more things I want to go see. So my family never gotta wait. You want accounts. I want to own a bank. Really, they want to be me, but they can't. Learn about my life and they probably a faint. Crumble too quick when they get in the pain. They want the cars and watches. They be unconscious. Still trying to prove to the fakes. Bitch, I'm a monster. Sit home, I'm loading my Glock up. Make sure my family's safe. So many people depending on me. I just can't throw it away like it's nothing. You trying to level up, follow with me. I get you lit at the push of a button. I ain't come to you to say you no dreams. Tell you to do anything. I done it. Ain't about to tell you to get off the streets if I don't gotta wait to still get to that money. I stay on the go. Got my whole family dependent on me, so I can't even fold. I stay on the go. Got me some knowledge. I feel like I found me a part of that gold. I stay on the go. Gotta go get it in fast. That's the one thing that I know. I stay on the go. Not trying to live in the past. That's why I'm switching the flow. I stay on the go.
Yeah, you already know. So we ain't even gonna count this as an episode for one of the podcasts. This is just gonna be like a general conversation that needs to be had because someone commented on one of my YouTube videos earlier and they're like, bro, you don't understand about the old school strains, bro. You must have never did your research about the old school strains. And this is really easy to decipher. Okay, if anybody knows anything about building, you know that barnwood, the old barnwood, the people who built barns a long time ago, that wood that they built it out of, very valuable. Old tables were built way more sturdier than the new tables because the economy is different. So they expect people to have more money, so when your table gets messed up they just trash it. So the old tables were definitely better than the new tables. Doors built back in the day are definitely better than the doors that are built today. They were more sturdy, they were meant to last a longer period of time. Strains work the exact same way. There are some strains that are going to survive the test of time and there are some strains that just ain't. A perfect example of this is Purple Punch. Purple Punch is a perfect example of this kind of situation because they used Granddaddy Purple to create Purple Punch. Purple Punch was both. It looks great. It's great on the camera. When you take pictures of the planet, it looks amazing, but it's boof. So nobody wants to deal with the purple punch. But there are strains from back then that will survive the test of time. Headband survived the test of time. SFVOG survived the test of time. Scott's OG survived the test of time. Chemdog survived the test of time. Sour Diesel survived the test of time. But there's Northern Lights did not survive the test of time. We don't want that shit today. Chocolate did not survive the test of time. We don't want that today. Acapulco Gold, we don't want that. Panama Red, we don't want that. For everybody who's saying that the old school strains were the best and that I need to go back and study the old school strains, are you advising us to bring like Mexican brickweed back? Because a lot of the strains y'all talking about was Mexican brickweed. Skunk included. Skunk included. Are you telling me to load my grow room up with shit that no one is familiar with today? Let me know this. How many of y'all want the very first iPhone right now? How many? How many of y'all want the iPod? How many of y'all want the very first iPod right now? That thick ass, big ass iPod. How many of y'all want that right now? How many of y'all want the very first computer right now? How many of y'all want the very first cell phone right now? How many of y'all still want the phone, the home phone that you got to turn the fucking dial on? How many of y'all want that right now? None of y'all want that right now. So we got to stop capping like the old school strains were just the best. Hey, bro, you wouldn't have Girl Scout cookie without Durban Poison. Well, Durban Poison isn't what made the Girl Scout cookie special. It was the OG that they crossed it with that made the Girl Scout cookie special. And that same OG was renamed Khalifa Kush. So the Khalifa Kush is the OG that created the Girl Scout cookie. That's what made Girl Scout cookie special. Now, had Northern Lights and Durban Poison been crossed together, we wouldn't even be fucking talking about Girl Scout cookie. Are you advising me to load my grow room up with some AK-47 right now? Are you? Are you advising me to load my garden up with some Haze #1 right now? Is that what you advising me? Are you advising me to go back in the High Times magazine and grow the strains from the 80s? Is that what you're trying to tell me? No. We don't want that. We've made it too far into the future. We've made it too. Now, you always have those people, like even in the car industry, you got those people who want the 76 Eldorado. You got those people who want the 84 Cadillac. You got those people who want the 1990 Porsche. You got those collectors that still want that. But are we talking about the main people? Are we talking about the base of society? Are we talking about the main growers? Are you telling us that today we want to be growing GDP? That we're loading rooms up with White Widow and White Rhino? Are you fucking nuts? Don't nobody want that shit today? Do you know how far we've came past that? Like, we don't even have to go back that far. We could talk about cherry pie. Cherry pie will still sell right now. It survived the test of time, but not everything is gonna survive the test of time. Northern Lights being one of them. I don't want to grow no Northern Lights. I don't want to smoke no Northern Lights. And if I have packs of Northern Lights, they ain't gonna move. There's kids right now that would hear Northern Lights and be like, yo, my mama's mama used to smoke that like back in the fucking 80s. And if you ask them today, they'd be like, hell no, bro. You ain't got no runts. You ain't got no cereal milk. You ain't got no Gary Payton. You ain't got no Thin Mint cookies. You ain't got no jealousy. You ain't got no gelato. You ain't got none of the new shit. You ain't got none of the new shit. Imagine going to the iPhone store right now and seeing that they still had the iPhone 1 for sale. Would you buy it versus the iPhone X or whatever number they on now? Hell no, you wouldn't buy that shit, but you want me to go to Seed Banks and go and order me some NL5. Are you fucking nuts? Y'all got to stop with this. Y'all have to stop with this. Now, the reason I like Sour Diesel is because it survived the test of time. I don't care if you smoked Sour Diesel 10, 15 years ago or if you smoked Sour Diesel yesterday. It's pressure. It's pressure. I don't care if you smoked SFVOG 10 years ago, 20 years ago, or if you smoked SFVOG today. SFVOG is pressure. Pressure. As much as I love the Haze, I know that the Haze did not survive the test of time. And there's going to be kids today that don't see the value in Haze the same way as everybody else. Am I trying to appeal to the 40 and up crowd? No, I have to appeal to the people who are spending the money on cannabis, and that's not the 40 and up crowd. They're not smoking the amount of cannabis as the new generation. So I have to appeal to the new generation. I grow runts. Do I like runts? Fuck no. Do I think runts is better than sour diesel? Fuck no. Do I load my rooms up with runts? Hell yeah. You know why? Because it's $3,200 a pound and that's what they want before I can even finish trimming it. It's out the door. So of course I'm going to grow that. Do I like cereal milk? Hell no. But it's $3,200 a plate. Of course I'm going to grow that. Are you nuts? Do I like Gary Payton? No. But the people do. So I'm going to grow what the people want. The people aren't coming to me saying, hey, bro, can you get your hands on some AK-47? They're not coming to me asking for that shit. Hey, bro, can you get some Bubba Kush? No, they're not coming to me asking for that shit. So do you think that I'm going to load my garden up with that? No. We have to stop with the lies. I get it. You 40 and up crowd. You guys want the shit that's going to make you nostalgic. You want to smoke the shit that you had when you was a child. I get it. But you're going to have to find a grower that's willing to sacrifice his grow room to grow that for you. Don't expect me to sacrifice my grow room to load it up with some AK-47. It's not happening. I'm not loading my grow room up with no White Widow. I'm not loading my grow room up with no Panama Red. I'm not loading my grow room up with no AK-47 or any of that. Are you advising us to go back and take some Mexican brickweed, find the seeds from it, and grow some Colombian gold right now? But I didn't do my research because I don't want to grow the old school strains? Did iPhone not do their research when they decided to come out with new iPhones? Did Galaxy not do their research when they decided to come out with new Galaxies? Did iMac decide not to do their research when they came out with new Mac computers? Did Windows not do their research when they decided not to come back out with new PC computers? Or is it only in the cannabis industry that you feel people haven't done their research when they don't want to grow the strains that you smoked when you was 10? It's not happening. Facts. Yo, fuck all that. That's what I'm saying. You want me to grow strains that flower for 6 months. That's what you want? Haze number 1. You want me to grow strains that flower for 16 weeks? I harvest every 28 days. You want me to sacrifice that to grow you some haze number 1 that I got to grow for 16 weeks? GMO is pressure. When I say GMO is pressure, GMO is fire. I will never grow GMO because the shit runs for 13 weeks. I'm not growing that. I don't have no time for that. I don't have the patience for that. And for everybody who act like they're not in the cannabis game for the bag, you are in the cannabis game for the bag. The Indians who first started to cultivate cannabis, they was in it for the bag. The Africans who got it from the Indians, they was in it for the bag. The Native Americans who got it from the Africans, who got it from the Indians, they was in it for the bag. The Native Americans who got it from the Mayans, who got it from the Africans, who got it from the Indians, they was in it for the bag. So stop acting like all of a sudden I'm supposed to be so in love with a plant that I'm willing to sacrifice the bag to spend 16 weeks growing a strain. Bro, you got me fucked up. You better find a local hillbilly that's willing to throw some strains outside, and hopefully he lives somewhere where those 16-week strains can even finish. Because indoor, are you crazy to think that I'm gonna pay 16 weeks? That's 4 months. You think I'm willing to pay 4 electricity bills, 4 months of rent before I ever get one harvesting? Come on. If y'all want to grow the booth, that's on you. OG Kushstein. That's a fact, bro. Let them grow the booth. If y'all don't get mad at me for not growing the booth. You want to grow the booth, grow the booth. Will I grow Georgia pie? Maybe. It's not a big enough demand for Georgia pie. Georgia pie kind of came and went. Like it was a decent strain, but it like blew right over. Like it came and went. So it's a decent strain. Would I grow it if the request was big enough for it? Yeah. But I mean, it didn't even get big in California. See, most people aren't in the economics. Most people aren't in the business world. Most people aren't analyzing data. I analyze data. I watch what happens in California. I watch what happens in Colorado. I watch what happens in Vegas. I watch the hype strains. I watch what everyone is looking for. I watch what everyone is growing. I watch what everyone is posting. And based off of the analytics and based off of that data, I'll grow what's booming right now. And even if I don't grow it, I'll acquire the strain just to literally sell clones of, because I know that the clones sell for the high. So I've had runts since, what is it? It's 2021 now. I've had runts since 2019. No one's seen me put one runts plant in my grow room until the end of 2020. You know why? Because it wasn't special enough for me to grow. I just knew the clone sold for 5K. So of course I'm going to acquire the genetics. Of course I am. I'm in this for the bag. I'm analyzing data. I'm watching what's going on. So of course I'm going to get it. Georgia pie is a decent strain. It's a decent strain. Is it better than peanut butter cookie from Square One Genetics? Fuck no. Is it better than Polly Shore from Square One Genetics? Fuck no. Is it better than even the white runs? No, I'm not growing that. No. See, and this is another thing where y'all fuck up on. Y'all see the cookie brand growing something, and y'all think, oh my God, that's the best weed in the world. You see Jungle Boys growing something, and you think, oh my God, that's the best weed in the world. That's not a fact. It's just the truth that's not a fact. They just have a better promotion. They have a better marketing strategy. They have more people looking into their shit. They have more people willing to grow what they're growing. They have a bigger publicity. They have they're bigger in the eyes of the public than a lot of the other breeders and growers. So when they come out with something, everyone wants to grow it, not considering if it's boof or not. Pancakes came out. Pancakes is boof. Wedding cake came out. I'm not a fan of wedding cake. It's decent, but I'm not a fan of it. It wasn't nothing special. It wasn't nothing to write home about. It wasn't no Girl Scout cookie. It wasn't no Sunset Sherbet. Like, Sunset Sherbet is better than wedding cake. Sunset Sherbet is definitely better than wedding cake. Sunset Sherbet is better than Georgia pie. Cherry pie is better than Georgia pie. So it comes down to you being able to acquire the genetics and grow up for yourself. That's what it comes down to. But to think that I'm going to reach back into the 90s and try to pull strains into the future that didn't even last through the 90s, White Widow didn't even make it through the early 2000s, let alone am I going to bring White Widow into the 2021s? It's not happening. It's not happening. I know what people want. Like, look, I'm not the biggest fan of strains that turn purple. I'm just not a big fan of it. Usually strains that turn purple are fruity and they boof. That's just my opinion on it. Now, I'm not going to tell y'all not to grow no strains that turn purple. I'm not going to tell y'all not to grow no strains that look good on camera. But truth be told, most of the strains that turn purple are boof. Purple Punch is one of the most camera-friendly strains you will ever get. It's frosty, it's shit. It got beautiful color, nice dense buds. It got a beautiful bud structure. It's boof. It's boof. Yeah, flavonoids is definitely important today. Like, you got to think, like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, it was more of a, people like the gas. 5, 6, 7 years ago, people wanted nothing but the gas. They wanted the gas. They want the shit that when you smoke it, this shit tastes like it could power your car. This shit tastes like it could run a jet. That's what they wanted. They wanted the fire. Today, they're into more of the fruitier strains. Gary Payton is a reworked gelato. If you had gelato, you had Gary Payton. Cereal Milk is a reworked gelato. If you had gelato, you've had cereal milk. Runts is a reworked gelato. If you smoke gelato, you've smoked Runts. All of them shits are biscotti. If you smoked Runts, if you smoked gelato, you've smoked biscotti. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. It's just facts. So, am I looking to grow reworked gelatos when I didn't even like the original gelato? No. But am I going to look for strains that turn more purple, considering that the bag appeal is worth more today than it was 10 years ago? Yes, I'm never going to get left in the past. I'm never going to get left in the past. It doesn't come down to what I like. It doesn't come down to what I like. I love OG. I will smoke nothing but OG. I will smoke nothing but sours. I will smoke nothing but the pressure. But my grow rooms is full of shit that I would never smoke. Never smoke. But y'all gonna pay me $3,200 for the unit. So of course I'm gonna load my room up with it. Duh. I can always throw 1 or 2 or 3 plants of peanut butter cookie or Girl Scout cookie or anything else I want in there because that's for me. But for the most part, I'm in this for the bag. So I'm gonna grow what the people are looking for. It's just facts. Ain't nobody growing Northern Lights today. If I hit the streets today with packs of Northern Lights, they're going to tell me that if that shit costs anything more than $1,800, bro, you better, I don't know what you going to do. You about to sit on those packs. Even the outdoor growers, even the light depth growers, they're not loading up fucking greenhouses with Northern Lights. and it's free. It's powered by the sun. The fans that they have in the greenhouse are powered by the sun. It's 100% free. They're in no-till beds that are 6 years old. They haven't had to do anything but top dress with some kelp and maybe feed a brewed tea every now and then. Do you think that they're loading up fucking outdoor grows full of what? No, because they're smart. They know they can't go to no dispensary and be like, yo, I got 200 plates of I got 200 plates of Acapulco Gold. What? Yeah, because look, if you want to cross, see, again, Purple Punch, they tried to bring something that yields fast, Granddaddy Purple, and cross it with a Larry OG. They created Purple Punch off of that cross. Purple Punch was boof. It was boof. No matter how fast it harvests, no matter how good of a yield it has, no matter how much it looks good on camera, you cannot get rid of packs of Purple Punch right now. You know why? Because once people get a taste of it, it's over. It's over. It's a 15-minute high. You know why? Because Granddaddy Purple tests around 13 or 14% THC. So no matter what you tested at, it's going to bring the value down. If you got an AKC registered pit bull, where the grandfather was a grand champion, the father was a grand champion, and you get a son of a father and a grandfather that was a grand champion, and you want to cross it with a mutt off the street, you just devalued the dog that you chose to breed with. You devalued it. I'm not smoking nothing crossed with Northern Lights. Facts. As soon as you tell me the strain, and I go and research it and I find out that Northern Lights is in a cross, you can miss me with that shit. If I find out White Widow is in a cross, you could miss me with that shit. Let me find out Colombian Gold or Acapulco Gold or Panama Red or something is involved in this cross. You miss me with it. You better hit somebody that's 50. Now, my mama might be interested in it. My mama's mama might be interested in it. My uncle that's 50, 60 years old might be interested in it, but I'm appealing to the new generation, and they are the ones with the bag. They are the ones spending the money. They are the ones that are in the cannabis game knee deep. It's not the 40 and 50-year-olds that you need to be appealing to. I'm saying I don't care how you do it. I don't care if it's the male or the female. I don't care if it's the male or the female. PP power plant? PP would be power plant, or would it be Purple Punch? Tropicana strains, are you referring to like the Tropicana cookies? When you say Tropicana, I'm just assuming you automatically talking about like Tropicana cookies and crosses of Tropicana cookies. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you got an outdoor run, now 2 years ago, you might have got away with loading up a greenhouse full of Purple Punch. You probably would have got the packs off super quick. You'd have got a nice number on them. But today, no. Super glue. Now, well, first off, Insomniac AC. I don't know. I've never tried Tropicana cookies. I'm gonna be 100 with you. As soon as I saw Tropicana, the first thing that popped into my mind was fruit. Tropical or Tropicana, that's automatically fruit, and I don't want nothing to do with it. Super glue. See, my boy Frosty McNasty decided to run the super glue, and he said that strain is amazing. I've had super glue, and I don't like anything glue. I don't like Gorilla Glue crossed with nothing because I don't like Gorilla Glue. And the Gorilla Glue traits are usually so heavy, they pass on super strong. So that just wasn't for me. Gelato, I don't like anything gelato. I don't even smoke ice cream cake, and I grow ice cream cake, and it's a gelato cross. So I don't like to deal with it. Nah, you cross any OG with Northern Lights, I'm still not growing it. I'm still not growing it. Because it's going to take me too long to find the OG dominant pheno. Now, again, most people are going to tell me that that I'm thinking too old by just strictly sticking to OGs, but that's just for smoke preferences. When it comes to growing, I got all the new shit. I got all the hype shit. Super glue is a strain of confusion. Most say it's moderately to highly potent THC 18 to 25%, social and chatty, indica dominant, evening hybrid, mix of Afghani and Northern Lights. I don't know what the cross on super glue is. I'm going to be 100 with you. I know I wasn't a fan of it, but Frosty McNasty had a cut of it that apparently must have been fire, because he says to this day, if he could, he would load up nothing but rooms of that and it would sell off the charts. So I have no opinion on super glue. I don't like anything glue. But there are also those who claims it's a blend of Northern Lights and OG Kush, or even Gorilla Glue number 4 and Starfighter. Nobody seems to have a definitive answer. Suggestion: ask a trusted bud tender. Bud tender? Oh my God. Okay, to ask a bud tender, you got to go to a dispensary, and the people in the dispensaries know absolutely nothing about weed. They know absolutely nothing about weed. Most of them are just stoners who have never grown a plant in their life, just trying to tell you, hey, according to the package, this is indica dominant, so you would want to smoke this if you're dealing with panic attacks. Hey, this one is sativa dominant, so you would want to smoke this if you want to be artsy and you want to be uplifted. Those bud tenders don't know what the fuck they're talking about. It's like going to the hydro store and taking advice from the nigga at the hydro store. That nigga at the hydro store don't know what the fuck he talking about. He ain't grown a plant since the 70s. That nigga still trying to tell you about power plant and Christmas tree weed. A lot of stuff comes from marketing. That's a fact. Gifted stoner. That's a fact. A lot of stuff just strictly comes from marketing. It doesn't mean that it's good. It just means somebody had a good marketing strategy. It means that somebody had enough people who believed in them enough to want to grow the strain to make it a little bit more popular. Bred by John Dizer of Verano brand, super glue is a back crossing with the original glue. The strain highlights the diesel aroma of its parents, but tastes more floral with an added rich coffee note. Sound like GG4 to me. That's another thing. Buds being caked in trichomes doesn't mean nothing either, because Purple Punch is frosty as fuck, and it's boof. It'll have you high for all of 11.4 seconds. I had another strain. Now don't take this wrong, because y'all know I love Square One Genetics, so do not take this wrong. I love Square One Genetics, and out of all of his strains, this is the only one I'm going to say something about. Banana Buttercup is the frostiest strain I have ever grown in the history of my life. It was dirt. It was dirt. I'm just being 100 with you. Yeah, the original glue is GG. There was GG number 2, there was GG number 4, there was GG number 5, there was Gorilla Glue number, I think, like 7. There was a couple of keeper phenos. It was a couple of keeper phenos. Yeah, in the hydro store, they don't know what the fuck they be talking about, yo. They haven't. I sit in the hydro store sometimes when I got to go and buy my bricks of cocoa, and I just listen to the advice that he's giving a lot of these new growers. And my first thought is, this grower's about to fail. This grower's about to fail. If he listens to anything that this dude is telling him right now, he is about to fail. Yeah, GG4 is the best out of all of the GGs. Yeah. You can't call it Gorilla Glue number 4 no more. You have to say GG4 because they got sued. Just like Fruity Pebble OG winded up having to just be FPOG. Green Crack winded up being Green Ribbon because they didn't want to associate crack with cannabis. There's a lot of strains that winded up having to change their name. That's why Gary Payton himself had to get a cut in the profits of the strain called Gary Payton, because they wasn't about to use his name for free. Fruity Pebble OG is now FPOG. You can't label it Fruity Pebble OG or you could wind up being sued. Sour Patch Kids used to be Sour Patch Kids, but now they winded up having to change the name of that too. Yeah, hell yeah. You got to think the actual Gorilla Glue company benefited from GG4. They benefited a lot from that. Oh yeah, when you get packs of it, they'll still call it Green Crack, but the actual name, if you go to like the dispensaries, you'll have to look for Green Ribbon. You have to look for Green Ribbon because they changed the name on it. I'm all right, Gorilla Mo. How you, man? Yeah, I just came to talk to y'all about that because it's so many people that's always like, well, you like Sour Diesel or you like Haze or you like bruh. They're strains that have survived the test of time. Headband definitely made it. SFVOG made it. Josh DOG, it made it. Sour Diesel, it made it. What's another strain that survived the test of time that still can be sold today? Do you see what I'm saying? It's very hard to come up with strains that are from back then that actually people want today. Like if you popped up with packs of Sour Diesel right now, you can still get a great number for it. You popped up with some SFVOG right now, you can still get a good number for it. If you popped up with some Chem Dog right now, you can still get a good number for it. I love Sour Diesel. Ain't nothing wrong with Sour Diesel. I fucking love it. But they tell me basically because TK, yeah, TK is another one. I love Sour Diesel. But they tell me because I like Sour Diesel and it's an old school strain that I should have loved the other old school strains again. Old school Barnwood is still valuable today. Old school tables are still valuable today. Old school doors are still valuable today. But you don't want the very first iPod right now. You don't want the very first iPhone right now. You don't want the very first computer right now. You don't want the very first phone right now. You don't want the very first cell phone right now. You don't want the very first TV right now. There are some things that are going to survive the test of time, and there's going to be other things that don't. Blue Dream is the most sold strain on planet Earth. There's no strain on planet Earth that sells more than Blue Dream. An actual real Blue Dream is fire. Can I smoke it? Fuck no. It'll have me in a panic attack hiding in my closet somewhere. Now, if you somebody dealing with depression or something, you're going to want to get some Blue Dream in your life. It'll be your best friend. Bruh, you could have a 0.5 of the sour that I'm talking about in your sock and somebody going to smell it from up the street. That's the sour we talking about. You shouldn't be looking for green crack, bro. Just forget about it. There's so many other good strains out there. I don't even know why you still looking for green crack. It's Melanie and remember, people, I'm vegan, so I try to stay away from fruity fucking weed. I eat enough fruit. I'm vegan. I don't want my weed fruity. That's just my opinion. Now, some of you guys, y'all might love the fruity weed. Me, I don't want nothing to do with nothing fruity. See what I'm saying? There's gonna be some man. Now, cuz the only problem with the basement that Dungeon Haze is that it's a 14 to 16 week runner. I think that's the main reason that it went extinct is because it's a 14 to 16 week runner. So when the law started to change on cannabis and you couldn't run shit outdoor no more, a lot of strains winded up going extinct. Now, Copycat Genetics has the haze that you're talking about, that basement, that dungeon. Copycat Genetics got it. But he said it says it right in the description that it's like a 13 to 16 week runner, depending on the pheno that you get. And to cross it with anything else is gonna give it a whole different taste profile. So you'll be like, yo, this is kind of like the haze I had, but it's not the same thing. Hash plant, I never liked. I never been a fan of the hash plant. I don't know how people still come with hash plant right now and still act like it's the high, the fucking hash plant. Yo, Piff Coast Farms be having me tight. Fuck all that. Yo, every time he posts a new piff, I'll be like, bro, hand it over now. Now. If not, then I'm gonna rob you and leave the money on a dresser, bro. Like, I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna stick you up, I'm gonna leave the money on the dresser, and I'm taking a clone. Green crack is called Green Ribbon now. It's called Green Ribbon. Yeah, Piff Coast Farms actually got multiple different types of piff. Multiple different. And I can't say where he's from because I don't know if he wants people to know where he's from, but he's actually yo cuz he actually real close by us, and I plan on having some of that soon. Yo, fuck all that. Yo, don't judge me, bro. I told him if he don't hand that shit over, then I'm robbing him and I'm leaving the money on the dresser. Hopefully we got Piff Coast Farms in for an interview soon. We're gonna be interviewing him soon. We're gonna have Copycat Genetics on here soon. We're gonna have Fire Farmer on here soon. We're gonna have Square One Genetics on here soon. We're gonna have Wolverine Grower on here soon. We gonna have a lot of people. I can't wait to have Copycat on here. Y'all think I'm bad? Man. Imagine when you hear that White Runts is old and boof. Imagine when y'all hear that, because that's the type of shit that Copycat is going to be on here saying. That's the type of shit that Copycat going to be on here saying. Because he S1 these strains so long ago that he's going to tell you you're so far behind on some of these strains. I asked him about white runts the other day because Compound Genetics just teamed up with the Runts Company and they just released the white runts. They just released the white runts. He's had white runts since the end of 2019. he got the cut back then and he S1'd it. Yo, Low Key Grow, you know Low Key Grow coming on here. He just busy building out that new room, getting all of that set up. So I'm letting him get his feet set in that new room before I get Low Key Grow on here. But he's gonna be a regular. You ain't got to worry about that. Low Key Grow will definitely be on here for everybody who's interested in hydroponics, RDWC, chillers, LEDs. Low Key Grow is the go-to guy for that. And trust me, he's going to be on here very, very often. I was just talking to him the other day. That's the bro. G6 is Jet Fuel OG, if I'm correct, right? Yeah, aka Jet Fuel. That's one of my favorite weeds on planet Earth. Samson Legacy, you already know. We was just smoking some Jet Fuel not long ago. That Jet Fuel pressure. That's why when people come to me talking about Northern Lights after you smoke Jet Fuel OG, bruh, we can't even have this conversation. If you smoke Jet Fuel OG, you won't be thinking about no Northern Lights. You won't be thinking about no White Widow. You won't be thinking about no AK-47. You won't be thinking about no Durban Poison. You won't be thinking about no power plant. You won't be thinking about none of that. Yeah, Copycat released the seeds of white runts at the end of 2019. Right now, you could pre-order the seeds of white runts for $400, or you can go to Copycat Genetics, and since it's so old, sign up for his email list, and you might be able to get it in the $250 special. For everybody who's not on Copycat Genetics, what you do is you go to Copycat Genetics, you sign up for the email list. Make sure you check your promotions, because sometimes his emails will go to your promotion because there's deals on them. So go to your promotions, you'll see it, and you can get I think it's 4 packs of seeds you can get for like $250, or you can get 10 packs of seeds for $500, and you might be able to get white runts in that deal. You might be able to get it. That's how I got platinum cookies. That's how I got the pancake crosses. That's how I got grape runts. That's how I got a bunch of Copycat shit that I still got to hunt through. I know they're gonna talk shit about Copy, but the main reason that they talking shit about Copycat Genetics is because they can't keep up. They can't fucking keep up. It's the same reason they talk shit about Jungle Boys. It's the same reason they talk shit about everybody else, because they just can't fucking keep up. It's okay. I understand you're mad that he releases 20 strains a week. I get it. But when he tells you the method to the madness and you don't copy his method to the madness, don't get mad at him no more. Be mad at your fucking self. Be mad at your fucking self. He got 8 tents. He loads the tents up with 25 strains, 24, including the reversal. And he's done every week. So he's able to release 20 strains every week. If you want to do the same thing, get 8 tents and load them up with 25 plants and release 20 strains every week. Fuck. Instead of getting mad at him. About the product VHW Vaporization Heat Wand. Vaping is for soccer moms, bro. I'm sorry. Vaping is for soccer moms. We don't vape. We don't do bongs. We don't do bowls. We don't do none of that shit. Sorry. It seems like it's something that you like, but vaping is for soccer moms. You're not going to see me walking around with no vape pen. You're going to see this blunt lit, and people going to be asking me, what the fuck is that every time I walk past them? Vapes don't hurt nobody who sell. What? Yo, think about this. If you go to a dispensary, it's 90% flower, 10% extracts. 90% flower. If you went to a dispensary right now, are you going to a dispensary looking for vapes? Or are you going to a dispensary looking for flower? You're going to a dispensary looking for the flower. I don't know where people, I said this the other day in my stories, and I was like, yo, some people really grow beautiful ass grow rooms just to blast the whole thing into fucking extracts. Do you know how long it takes to get rid of extracts? People don't have $100 a gram to spend every day. People got $100 to spend on a half every couple days, but the people who spend that $100 a gram, you're not gonna get that off too often. So even if you blasting and turning it into extracts and you going over to the dispensary, the dispensary ain't even gonna buy much extracts from you. They're gonna buy little to no extracts from you because it takes so long to get it off that by the time they get it off, they didn't actually recoup any profit. They actually broke even because of how long it took to get rid of those extracts. So yeah, no, vaping is for soccer moms. Most people want to roll them a nice joint, nice blunt, call it a day. Nah, hell no. The vapes did not affect anybody who's dealing with plates, dealing with zips, dealing with apes. Vapes did not hurt in any way, shape, or form. Not at all. The vape market isn't big. It's not a huge market for vapes. Because you got to think, if I give somebody a vape, that shit might last them like 4 or 5 days. They taking a few hits off of this every couple of days, every couple of hours. That shit lasts them forever. They buy A from me right now. They coming back to see me tonight or tomorrow. Oh yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Daisy Forest. And I was talking to him about this. That all depends on what area you in. You got to know your market. You got to know your surroundings. You got to be able to take the analytics. You got to be able to accept the data and know what moves the fastest for you. Green Gene's Garden grows beautiful plants. Green Gene Garden, a beautiful lighting company. Anybody looking for LEDs, they have a beautiful lighting company. He grows beautiful gardens and he turns it all into rosin. I guess he just likes to smoke rosin. So yeah, you got to have a gate for that, bro. Yeah, vapes did not affect me in any way, shape, or form. No, I did not admit it. Vapes did not affect me in any way, shape, or form. In any way, shape, or form. Hell no. You got to remember, there's some people that's in the hood and there's some people that's not in the hood. If you in the hood, vapes did not affect you in any way, shape, or form. Even when the dank carts was out here, even the new carts that's out here that you can scan the barcode and it'll pop up on your fucking phone. Bruh, don't nobody want that shit. Don't nobody want that shit. Imagine calling a shorty over. You just bagged this new bad joint and you pull out a fucking vape pen and hand it to her. Like, just imagine that. Yeah, girls love them. Soccer moms. Vaping is for soccer moms. But yo, cuz, you gonna bag some new shit, call her over to the crib, and while she's sitting on the bed and y'all watching a movie, you gonna pass her a vape pen? Hell no. Hell no. You gonna roll up this pressure and you gonna pass her that pressure. That's what's gonna happen. Ain't nobody about to pull out no vape pen and hand it to no bad news shorty that you just got, that you called over to the crib. You just scooped this a week ago. You finally got her to come over. You are not about to pass her no vape. No, niggas in the hood don't use vapes. Hell no. Hell no. I actually had to buy the pens with the vape cartridges in order for niggas to even catch on to smoking vapes, because they was like, damn, bro, I want to buy them, but I don't even know where to get a pen from. That's how you know it wasn't even a big enough market for it. Now, in other places where cannabis is a little bit more legal, yeah, probably. But I ain't about to call no girl over and she laying on the bed with me and I'm gonna just hand her over a vape pen. Like, fuck out of here. Yo, I'm gonna be on Facebook the next day getting bombed. Like, yo, I was laying with this nigga the other day. We watching Belly, and this nigga handed me a vape cartridge. Like, yo, you gonna be the laughing stock. You ain't getting no yams after that, bro. You ain't getting no yams after that. She about to expose you. You gonna think that she taking a video with you for Snapchat. Truth be told, she taking a video so she knows that, so the rest of the world knows the nigga who passed her a vape pen while she was laying on the bed. Yeah. Oh man. Imagine you got shorty in the bed and you just back out the dab rig with the blowtorch. Like, yo, you got shorty in the bed. Now I'm saying y'all watching a nice movie. Y'all might be watching Avatar. Y'all might be watching some cartoon, and you just back out this big ass dab rig with a blowtorch. You, yo, now y'all gotta get up. She coughing her fucking lungs out. She done lost her goddamn voice. She all hoarse while you trying to knock the ankles loose. Like, nah, we ain't about to do this. Nah, hell no. Yeah, bro. Ain't nobody looking up no different type of vape pens. It depends on what it depends on where you live and where your market is. And it's not a race thing, but it's kind of a race thing that more people of the Caucasian race tend to vape more than people from the African race. I'll just say that. Yeah, bro, keep it macho. I'm gonna roll this motherfucking blunt. I'm either about to roll this in some papers or roll this in some frontos or back to backwood out or something like that. Or we just ain't smoking. Like I ain't about to pull out no dab rig in the middle of the night and pull a blowtorch out and get ready to melt this wax so she could take a hit of this dab. Like that's not happening. You better have a Keith blunt. You better have some moon rock. You better have something that you could roll up that y'all can pass back and forth. That's what you want. Nah, black people don't use glass. I'm sorry. I don't know if you thought we did. It is. See, bro, it's a race thing. I don't. Everybody, the fucking world is so racist now that it's even hard to say that things are a race thing. But yeah, it's a race thing. Now, if you was in Jamaica, the reason that people in Jamaica were using chalices is because they didn't have access to anything. But you also see people in Jamaica made Fronto popular because they were the ones that were rolling in paper and Fronto. They made that popular. They made that popular. And that's also fucking 70s, 80s, 60s. You go check the rosters today, they're rolling paper with Fronto. They stepped into kind of the future, I guess. Sometimes they still got the coconut ones. Like I ordered a coconut pipe not long ago from them. So every now and then I still like to do it just because it's cultural. But if you think that black people are really out here buying glass pieces to be able to take a massive bong rip, no, hell no. Hell no. You'll be lucky if you go to a black person house and even see a bong. I probably smoked out of a bong maybe 2 or 3 times my entire life. I don't like shit that makes me cough. That's one thing y'all gotta learn. I don't like shit that makes me cough. I don't like bongs. I don't like bowls. I don't like anything that's about to make me hack my fucking lungs out. Yeah. Normally paper and Fronto. Yeah, bro, don't mind being the anomaly. I got some of my friends that they collect glass pieces. They smoke nothing but glass pieces. And the only time that I'll smoke out of a bong or something, if they come and they like, yo, bro, check out this new glass piece that I just got. The shit was like $400. You want to smoke out of this with me? Fuck yeah, why not? Why not? Expand my thinking. Why not? I'm not going to get stuck so much into the past that it's just strict. Like, imagine me today backing out a vanilla Dutch to fucking smoke with somebody. Like, no, you got to step into the future. It's just geographic, bro. That's all it is. That's all it is. Yeah, but bro, I'm not smoking no vaporizer. I'm not smoking nothing that vapes. See, you got to also remember that by trade, I'm a holistic healer, and I understand that vaporizing puts water in your lungs, and water in your lungs leads to pneumonia. Pneumonia leads to COVID, and pneumonia and COVID actually got the similar traits. So you might go to the hospital. You might have had COVID 9 months ago and been over it, but since you got the trait still inside of you, you test positive for COVID. But because you smoking out of this, you got water in your lungs, it leads to pneumonia. And even though you got pneumonia, they say you got COVID. Now they put you in the fucking dungeon of the hospital, treat you like you a COVID patient. Your family can't even see you. I ain't even trying to go through all of that. Right now, they're still doing studies saying that vaping puts water in your lungs, and which I knew it did, because any type of vapor that you're inhaling is gonna put water in your lungs. Yes, it does. Yes, it does put water in your lungs. No way around it. Oh, if it's a dry herb vape, yeah, no. But who the hell is going through all of that? I'm not going through all of that. If I'm gonna smoke dry herb, I'm rolling this shit up and I'm smoking it. If I'm gonna smoke dry herb, I'm rolling this shit up and I'm smoking it. I'm not about to break no buds up to put it inside of a vaporizer. And again, you not call can a man go eat? Can a man go eat shit? Oh, that's a dope ass name, by the way. Can a man go eat shit? God damn, man. Can a man go eat? Yeah. Yo, you just gotta understand, bro, that we are not calling no girls over. We are not calling the homies over to pass no dry herb vape pen around. It's not happening. It's just not happening. No, vapes did not hurt any dry herb flower cells. It did not affect us in any way, shape, or form. I'm gonna tell you what happened since the vapes have been out. Since the vapes have been out, pound prices went through the roof, bro. Pounds went from 17. 18, 16, 15 to fucking 32. The vape market did not affect us in any way, shape, or form. I promise you. I promise you. I use papers. If I'm not using papers, I'll smoke out of Fronto. If I'm not using papers, I smoke out of Fronto. But hemp blunts are good too. I just don't think that they perfected the craft enough to do the hemp wraps, because I don't think those are strictly hemp. Those wraps that they're using, I don't think they strictly hemp. Since the vape's been out, bro, no, the flower market has not been affected in any way, shape, or form. In any way, shape, or form. Pound prices have went through the roof. You used to not be able to get more than like 12 to like maybe 15 for Deps. Deps is going for like 22 right now, bro. Indoor is going for like anywhere between 32 and 4 or 5,000 a pound. So yeah, no. I got an old school chalice. You got to remember, I'm half Jamaican. I got an old school chalice. I got there's this dude in Jamaica. I'm going to share the link one day. I might put it in a description of this after I finish this video. I'll go get his link. There's a Jamaican dude that makes these coconut like chalices, and he sells them from Jamaica, and he ships to America. And I got a couple of those. I still support that. But yeah, vapes made no dent in the flower market in any way, shape, or form. Jungle Boys came out with a new strain, and they completely forgot vapes ever existed. COVID-19 definitely caused the increase in the price. Definite. What? It was a mixture of a lot of things. No, I'm saying, even though vapes are still out and vapes are doing better than ever, it never affected the flower market. That's all I'm saying. You got to remember, it's area based, bro. Area based. So based on your area, you're going to have people that vape more than anything. So if you live in an affluent neighborhood where there's a lot of, damn, man, why you got to have me having this conversation, man? You're going to have me on here sounding like Mr. Black Power, even though I am Mr. Black Power. I try to keep that away from the cannabis channel. If you live in a more affluent neighborhood where you got to kind of hide the fact that you smoke cannabis because it's still kind of frowned upon, you don't exactly want your house booming like some sour. Know what I'm saying? So vapes work for you. If you at work all day, then yeah, vapes work for you. But had vapes affected the flower market? Fuck no. Yeah, the lockdowns, the pandemic, yeah, hell yeah. And don't forget the fires, bro. Don't forget the fires. The fires in California definitely started this whole thing. Once the fires in California started, right afterwards, COVID hit. Right after COVID hit, the lockdowns happened. Right after the lockdowns happened, all of this led to the increase in the price of flowers. And I love it. I love it. For once in our life, growers are getting what we deserve as growers. So if you chose any time to get into the grow game, right now is it. When pounds are going for 32 to 4,000 a fucking pound. Are you crazy? 4 lights? Off of 4 lights, if you do the round right, you can get anywhere between 8 to 10 pounds. Anywhere between, raids too. Anywhere between 8 to 10 pounds at 3,200 a piece. You're looking at $32,000 to $40,000 every 28 days. If you can manage to have 3 rooms, 1 room the veg, 2 rooms the flower, flip them every 28 days, 56 days, the round is done. You're looking at 32 to 40,000 every 28 days. What? This is the best time to be a grower for flowers. The pound price is off the fucking chain right now. And finally, the farmers are getting the credit that they deserve. 5,000 if you got a nice Mylar to go with it. You know what I'm talking about, bro? You move that thing down to Atlanta, you move that thing down to Texas, anything like that, bro, you booming. You booming. Sorry about the dogs in the background. My dogs don't be trying to hear shit. Got my daughter over there, man. My dogs be ready to fucking kill over her. They be ready to kill me over her. 5,000 if you got a nice Mylar bag to go with it. Yeah, you want to know the worst thing? That Colorado was one of the first places to go legal, and they got some booth. Have any of y'all ever got some weed from Colorado? Yeah, nice Mylar, bro. You know what I'm talking about? There's companies that'll give you your own Mylar. Like you can come out with your You get your label and they'll put it on like the Mylar pound bags. So what the fuck is the name of one of them? Yo, cuz, help me out. One of the hottest ones we got over here right now. The fuck, what's the name of those packages? Fuck, I forgot the name of them, man. There's a package that's going around right now that got a huge name on it, and I can't believe I'm forgetting about it because I just had them shits. Fuck me. Oh, god damn it. Oh, fuck. Yo, cuz, help me out. You know what I'm talking about. Everything dry out there, bro. Everything dry out there. Yeah, Samson Legacy, help me out. What's the name of those packs that's going around here right now? Fuck, how am I forgetting the name of them? God damn it. There's a couple of different Mylars that are going around right now that got a good. See, now y'all got me mad that I'm completely forgetting the name of it. Not the Backpack Boys. Not 518 Press and Go. Not God damn, what the fuck is the name of them? Fuck, I don't feel like getting up right now. I might have one right here. Hold on. God damn it. Nah, not Gusher, not Jokes Up. What the fuck is the name of those fucking packages that are out right now? See, now y'all fucking with me. Hold on. I'm gonna find the name of them. Hold on real quick. Hold on. Oh shit. Hold up. Hold up. 1 second. 1 second. Hold on. Nah, not Sour Patch Kids. It's the God damn it. Fuck me. I completely forgot the name of them, but there's some Mylar packs that are going around right now that everyone is going crazy. Oh, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. My bad, my bad, my bad. Had to run to the bathroom real quick. No, no, no. There's an actual brand that's out here that has their own Mylar, and they are fucking booming. Hold on. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. I'm gonna find a name. Hold on. Damn it. See, y'all making me think about it. Y'all making me think about it. And now I'm not gonna stop until I can find it because it's fucking with me. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not even gonna think about it. But yeah, get you a nice Mylar. Get you a nice Mylar, and you'll be able to do about. You'll be able to do it. See, most people don't know. White runts, regular runts, pink runts, they're all the same fucking strain. They all came from the same pheno hunt. All came from the same pheno hunt. So people be like, yo, white runts is this and pink runts is this. And yeah, no. Okay. We're about to Priest Kalash. I love Priest Kalash, but damn, I don't want to do this, but I got to. I'm gonna dispel a myth to you right now. As medicinal as they say that cannabis is, basil is more medicinal than cannabis. I hate people who just want to strictly think that cannabis is a medicine. Cannabis is not a medicine. It is not a medicine. Cannabis can put you in a fucking closet and have you scared that the Japanese people are after you from World War II. Like cannabis can fuck you up. Cannabis is not a medicine. There's thousands of other herbs out here that you can use as a medicine. Cannabis is not something that you want to use as a medicine. I know, I know, I know, I know. And I'm a herbalist. I'm a herbalist. Basil is more beneficial than cannabis. Marine phytoplankton is more beneficial than cannabis. Sea moss is more beneficial than cannabis. Sarsaparilla is more beneficial than cannabis. Cordoncillo negro is more beneficial than cannabis. Oregano is more beneficial than cannabis. If you have a headache and you brew some basil in a tea, it will knock your headache out in 10 minutes. If you have a headache and you smoke some cannabis, your headache might get worse. These are just facts. I get it. I know what they've been telling you. I know what they've been brainwashing you with, but I am a herbalist by trade. I am a herbalist for life. Like this is what I do for a living. Cannabis comes second to me being a herbalist. And no herbalist is going to take somebody that has never done cannabis in a life and prescribe cannabis to them. I promise you that. And if he does, get away from that herbalist. Now, again, do you think that I want to be saying that being somebody that's in the cannabis industry? Do you think that I want to say that being somebody that's in the cannabis industry? No, I don't want to be saying that. But I have to tell y'all the truth. I can't just be sitting on here capping to y'all all day just because I want to be able to sell more weed. Listen to Rick Simpson, right? Yeah, because cannabis cures cancer, right? Soursop is 100 times more effective than cannabis at curing cancer. Soursop is 100% more effective at curing cancer. These are facts. Sea moss is 100% more effective at curing cancer. What? You have to deal with something that's going to flush the body. You have to deal with something. Because you sell it at a price you think logical? No, bro, it's just the facts. It's just the facts. Do you know how many people I've healed from cancer? I just healed stage 4 skin cancer not long ago. Not long ago. Actually, I can screen share in a second and show it to you if you want to, the before and afters. I just healed stage 4 skin cancer not long ago. Maybe four weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. Stage 4 skin cancer. I can screen share the messages for you. And I didn't use no cannabis. Herbs have been used for a very long time before cannabis. I hate people that automatically want to go to cannabis as a cure-all. You might have a headache if you smoke cannabis. No. AC, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't delete his messages. Leave his messages up there. He has the right to his own arguments. He has the right to his own arguments. I don't want his messages deleted. Oh, you timed him out? All right. Well, he'll be back in 300 seconds, so he'll be good. But truth be told, people who just want to prescribe you cannabis as a medicine all of the time, that's not always going to work. That's not always going to work. There are some herbs out there that are hundreds of more times more potent than cannabis is. I'm sorry. I don't want to say it. It's just the truth, though. I can't just be on here lying to y'all. I can't do it. Now, if y'all want me to lie to y'all, I can lie and be like, hey, you got a headache? Go and smoke some indica or go and smoke some Girl Scout cookie and you're going to feel better overnight. No, that's not true. That is not true. If you got a headache, brew some rosemary, like the seasoning. Go ahead and brew some rosemary in a tea and go ahead and drink it, and it'll knock your headache out in 10 or 15 minutes. That's a fact. Yeah. I know he was going in, bro. But when he come back in, just let him go, bro. Everybody got the right to say what they want to. Everybody got the right to their opinion. I'll let him go. I know he's one of those people who just think that, oh, if you vape this cannabis and if you do this with this cannabis and if you take this strain and there you go, cuz drink some more water. There you go. How about brewing you some sarsaparilla tea? And I'm not talking about the sarsaparilla you get from Amazon. I'm talking about the thick ass wooden pieces of sarsaparilla that still got the red in the middle of it. You can either carve the red out of the middle of it and eat it, or you could brew it into a tea or let it soak overnight until the red comes out of it and then drink that. That's 100 times more effective than cannabis. You might smoke some cannabis while you have a headache and your headache might get worse. It's just facts. Do I want to be on here saying that? No, I don't want to be on here saying that, but it's the truth. It's the truth. And certain cannabis might have you in the closet thinking that some people are after you, paranoid, because cannabis is not for everybody. Sarsaparilla is for everybody. Cordoncillo negro is for everybody. Dill weed is for everybody. Chickweed is for everybody. Neem is for everybody. There's not too many people that are going to have negative effects to that. How many of you guys in this chat are African growers? How many of y'all have gone in your grow room to harvest and just the leaves of the THC rubbing up against your skin gave you a rash? I still got a rash right now from the harvest that I just did 2 days ago. I still have a rash right now from the THC from the plants. They just came out with sleeves. They just recently came out with sleeves for you to harvest with, because it will give you a rash if you rub up against too many fresh cannabis plants. Bitter cola is good. Again, there's so many herbs out there that are way more. There you go. As Daisy, you see all the time, bro. You will break out in a rash from fresh cannabis rubbing up against your skin. You will not break out in a rash from fresh sarsaparilla rubbing up against your skin. It just is what it is. Now, cannabis is a powerful medicine. Yeah, was it Mango who came out with those? Those they got like nice designs on them. It's those sleeves you could pull over your arms while you harvesting to make sure that you're good. That was Miami Mango who did those. I seen the commercial come across my when I was on IG the other day. I seen a commercial come across my screen. I didn't know what was the company who did it. My girlfriend is allergic to the nutrients I use, so she can't touch my plants. I don't think it's the nutrients, bro. I think it's the actual plants. It just is what it is, bro. Loki Grow pointed that out to me. He said, bro, you ever been harvesting and the shit just fucked your skin up over it? I'm like, yeah. He was like, bro, do you notice it's really only us that go through that? And I'm like, damn, I don't watch some others go through outdoor gardens just rubbing all up against it, laying in big ass things of buds. I never seen them have that problem. Now, I may be wrong. I just never seen it. Oh, yeah, I didn't know Miami Mango was one of the people who came out with that. That's dope. And it is a must-have, bro. It's definitely a must-have. Also, psychiatric. Oh, yeah, bro. Yes, cannabis can worsen your mental health issues for sure. For sure. It can cause mental health problems. Since cannabis has become legal, there's actually been more mental health cases than there was before cannabis became legal, because now it's so accessible that as soon as somebody turns a certain age, they're able to go and have full access to cannabis. And everybody thinks that cannabis is so medicinal that they're just going for it. They're just diving in head first for this cannabis. No. My teacher is Dr. Sebi. How many times did you see Dr. Sebi prescribing somebody cannabis? And Dr. Sebi was a heavy smoker. Dr. Sebi smoked all day, every day. All day, every day, Dr. Sebi smoked. Dr. Sebi cured over 80 AIDS patients. He cured diabetes more times than I could count. Brother Polite wouldn't even have a leg right now if it wasn't for Dr. Sebi. Left Eye wouldn't have even been who she was if it wasn't for Dr. Sebi. Magic Johnson cured of AIDS by Dr. Sebi. Name one time Dr. Sebi prescribed cannabis to somebody. Name it. Show me Dr. Sebi's product that had cannabis in it. I don't know. Bro. Do white people get rashes from cannabis? I don't know. That's why I was asking the question. Every terpene has medicinal properties. I agree. Every terpene does have medicinal properties, but you're not talking about how not even the terpenes, but the actual cannabis itself. Like terpenes is a small part of what cannabis is. So cannabis does not interact with everybody the exact same way. Medi Cropper is a great grower. Medi Cropper cannot smoke cannabis or he will be in the closet. Yeah, but Rastafari people, you're talking about black people. And those people knew herbs that they used when they got sick. They weren't using cannabis when they got sick. Don't tell me. My father's still down there right now as I'm talking to you. My father lives in Mondeville, Jamaica, and they are not using cannabis as a medicine. There's so many other things that they're using as medicine that is truly beyond cannabis because they know that cannabis cannot be used on everyone. It doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. Go ask Medi Cropper right now, can he smoke cannabis? He's going to tell you, fuck no, I'll be in the closet thinking that somebody's coming to get me. Doesn't happen like that. Cannabis is an amazing plant. It is an amazing herb. It does have some amazing properties. But to think that cannabis is a medicine for everyone, no. No, the younger Jamaicans are just interested in getting high. That's what they're interested in. They're interested in getting high. The Rastafarians are interested in getting high. That's what they're interested in, getting high. Remember, I am a Rastafarian. I know you can't see me, but I have this symbol on my screen for a reason. I have this symbol on my screen for a reason. You see a Rasta on my screen for a reason. I look exactly like the nigga who you're looking at right now. It still causes psychoactive effects regardless, exactly, and not everyone is built to deal with that. Not everyone is built to deal with that. And with us not knowing what is sativa and what is indica at this point, because there's so much crossbreeding going on that by the time we get something, somebody might tell us it's indica dominant, but it might not be indica dominant. Somebody might tell us something is sativa dominant, but it might not be sativa dominant. You can't give a sativa to somebody with high energy, like somebody like me. If you gave me Blue Dream, the room would start spinning. I would be so uncomfortable with smoking Blue Dream. It would not work for me, whether I vaped it, whether I smoked it, whether I took it in a can cap, no matter whether I dabbed it. Blue Dream would send me into a partial panic attack. Now, you can't give Girl Scout cookie to somebody who's already dealing with depression. It's going to make their depression worse. Now, how many of us have access to so many different strains that every time somebody comes, it's like, how high? Yo, my dick not stay tick. So you just give them something through the door. No, it does not happen like that. Oh, of course, bro. And you know, as a Jamaican, that they are herbalists and they have plenty of herbs outside of cannabis. They use cannabis for themselves. But when it comes to healing somebody, if a kid came to them and they had an issue, they would not prescribe them cannabis. If an old person came to them and they had an issue, they would not prescribe them cannabis. If somebody middle-aged came to them and something was wrong with them, they would not prescribe them cannabis. I don't know why they think that Rastafarians are just out here saying, here, just take this cannabis because it's going to make you feel better. No. They use the side of the mountain to grow the cannabis that they want for themselves, but they're using the leaves from other herbs that are way more powerful than cannabis. Way more powerful. First off, let me know, since you think that cannabis is so powerful, how many minerals are in cannabis? Let me know that. How many minerals are in cannabis? You done know. Yeah, see? He know when they go to get that chickweed, when they go to get that bushweed, when they go into the bush, they're not looking to go and get no cannabis out of the bush. They got cannabis sitting in the house. When you're sick, they're going to the bush to get you everything except cannabis. Everything except cannabis. Now, if you're an insomniac, now we might be able to talk about it. If you're somebody who can't get to sleep, we might be able to talk about it. If you're somebody who's dealing with hypertension, we might be able to talk about cannabis as a medicine. But if we're talking about colds, if we're talking about flu, if we're talking about influenza, if we're talking about the pneumonia, if we're talking about a common cold, if we're talking about a headache, if we're talking about back pains, if we're talking, we got so many herbs that are way more powerful than cannabis. You can't even tell me how many minerals are in the cannabis plant. Exactly. Cannabis derives off of 3 minerals. 5. I'll give it 5 the max. Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, magnesium, calcium. Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, NPK, calcium, magnesium. Cannabis can speed up recovery from coronavirus. Okay, yeah, a disease that's attacking your lungs, you're going to give somebody. Oh, okay, yeah, I got you. Cannabis speeds up the recovery of coronavirus. I got you. Now, I don't know how somebody's going to smoke when they're dealing with problems breathing, but okay. Cannabis boosts your immunity. Okay. How does cannabis boost your immunity? Since you seem to be just throwing these things out here, inform us of how cannabis boosts your immunity. No, just please state how cannabis boosts your immunity. What about cannabis boost your immunity? I know, AC. You're about to see. This. Just let me know what about cannabis boosts your immunity. Because we have a natural endocannabinoid system. What does the endocannabinoid system do? Because that has nothing to do with your immune system. I'll tell you that right now. The endocannabinoid system has absolutely nothing to do with your immune system. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Because it's attached to major organs and not cells. And cells are what make the immune system. The white blood cells activate the immune system, not the organs. The organ functions based off of the white blood cells. The white blood cells are what give you your defense mechanism. So without the activation of the white blood cells, we're not talking about nothing that's going to build an immunity just because it's attached to your major organs. Your major organs are defended by the white blood cells. The white blood cells are activated by other herbs that are clean outside of cannabis. Clean outside of cannabis. They're giving RSO away to people in India because of cancer. Yeah, that's because India has had their culture taken from them and they don't know any other herbs that they can use. Don't think that they're giving people RSO just because. And first off, the reason that they're dealing with cancer anyway is because of a horrible diet. A horrible diet. Horrible diet. RSO does not get rid of lung infections. This dude is, you just freestyling this. You coming up with this off the back of your hand. You coming up with this off the back of your hand. And I know it because I'm a holistic healer. That is not true. That RSO can get rid of lung infections. You're going to have people out here taking cannabis for no ass reason and wind up being worse off than they would have been had they not taken the cannabis. Listen, for the people who want to listen to him, just go to a doctor. Just go to a doctor. You don't even got to come to me. Don't even go to a holistic healer. Don't go to a guru. Go to a doctor. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. I'm a grower and I'm a herbalist. And I'm going to tell you right now, do not take RSO to deal with lung infections. Don't take RSO to deal with any infections. You can use dandelion, and dandelion root will be more effective on infections than cannabis ever will be. Ever will be, ever will be, ever. Where does lung infection even come from? He's not even going to be able to tell you where the infections are coming from. And this is what I'm talking about. This is the dangers of the cannabis industry, because as they start to go legal, they start to come up with these myths. They start to come up with these myths that cannabis is just the end all be all and it can cure this and it can cure that and it can cure this and it can cure that. I have a product that's called Oxygen Boost that detoxes mucus off of the lungs, because mucus is the reason for infection. Everything breeds off of mucus. Mucus breeds bacteria. The bacteria cause infections. The infections cause you to have lung infections that wind up being pneumonia or bronchitis. If it's caught in the bronchial tubes, if the mucus is in the bronchial tubes, it becomes bronchitis. If it's in the sinus cavity, it becomes sinusitis. If it gets caught in the nasal cavity, you get a common cold. None of this can be cured by cannabis. None of this can be cured by cannabis. I will tell you that right now. And I grow cannabis for a living. I'm a herbalist for a living. And I'm going to tell you that I never associate the two with each other. And that's the worst part about being a grower and a herbalist. They automatically assume that every product that you're going to give them has cannabis in it. The only product of mine that I use cannabis in is the topical cream. The topical cream, that's it. And I'm not even using regular cannabis. I'm using CBD for the topical cream, because I know that the THC that's inside of the topical cream can wind up causing rashes, can cause other problems to you. So I can't just extract any form of cannabis that I want to, put it in my topical cream and assume everybody's going to be okay with this. But you won't notice if you don't study the human body. You won't notice if you don't know pathology. You won't know this if you don't study other herbs. There's so many herbs that are way more powerful than cannabis. Copycat was just talking about this the other day. If you smoke Copycat's weed thinking you're about to get rid of a headache, you're going to wind up being a closet case. Do you know how many people right now do not smoke cannabis because somebody gave them the very wrong cannabis the first time that they smoked? Imagine smoking for the first time and somebody gives you platinum Girl Scout cookie. You're never going to want to smoke again a day in your fucking life because somebody said, oh, you got a headache here, smoke this. And they winded up paranoid beyond belief. Paranoid beyond belief. It may stop COVID-19. They have a vaccine for COVID-19 that may stop COVID-19. It will not stop COVID-19. It will not. Since you want to post something like that, How did they stop the other forms of coronavirus? I love these conversations. How did they stop the other forms of coronavirus? MERS and SARS, which is two previous forms of coronavirus. We could talk about the Hong Kong flu. We could talk about the Spanish flu. How did they stop any of those? Did they use cannabis to stop any of the other coronaviruses? Nope. I know. How, Sway? Yeah, how, Sway? Yeah, how? Oh yeah, wearing a mask may stop coronavirus. The NYC, they're considering forcing people into a concentration camp if sick and forcing them on the vaccine. And the vaccine won't work either. But you're saying that they could just take some RSO, right? They could just take RSO, right? That's what you just said, right? For lung infection. The coronavirus, the spikes of the coronavirus attached to the lungs. So since it attached to the lungs, they could just take some RSO and they'll be able to get rid of COVID, right? Isn't that the reason you just posted those links and everything else? Because RSO will be able to get rid of COVID? Why not? Do you see people? Do you understand what I'm talking about now? Do you understand what I'm talking about now? Nothing about THC attacks viruses. Try it. Yeah, just wing it, right, bro? Right, bro. You can't breathe. You're dealing with COVID-19 that's attached to the lungs, and it's causing you to have shortness of breath. You can't even get up and down the stairs, let alone do you want to smoke or do anything related to cannabis. But yeah, just try some RSO. Nothing's 100%. Just fuck it. Just wing it, right, bro? Even if it makes you feel worse, even if it puts you in the hospital, just go ahead and try it, right? Just go ahead and try it, right? This is what I'm talking about, y'all. Y'all have to stop listening to people when it comes to cannabis as a medicine. I have 19 products. I have 19 products associated to health. None of them contain cannabis. I have 20, but 19 of them don't contain a drop of cannabis. I have an oxygen boost that will detox your lungs. None of this helps with cannabis. None of it. Weed helps with my asthma. Yes, cannabis can help with asthma, but you got to remember that asthma is usually a side effect of a vaccine. At least 80% indica dominant. How can you tell what plant is 80% indica dominant? How can you tell? No, Gino, I'm not referring to you, because even Dr. Sebi said that cannabis can help with asthma. I'm not denying that. Now, granted, there are some herbs out there that are way more powerful than cannabis that can help you with your lungs, but I don't fucking know. I know you don't fucking know. I know. That's why you shouldn't be on here giving advice as to what strains are 80% indica, what can help your lungs, what can help you with COVID-19, what can help you with pathologies, what can help you with viruses, what can help you with sicknesses, how to activate the white blood cell, how to deal with the central vagus nervous system. I know you don't know none of this. I know you don't know none of this. That's why you shouldn't be speaking on it. When I don't know something, I don't speak on it. I don't speak on it. But when you're advising people to take RSO to help you with COVID-19, that is a dangerous situation right there. Dangerous situation out there. Freedom of speech. I agree, bro. You have freedom of speech, but you don't have freedom of false information. You don't have freedom of misinformation. You don't have freedom of teaching people things that you don't even know about. Now, do you get it? Definitely have freedom of speech. You don't have freedom of false information on my page, though. you definitely don't have freedom of false information. Yeah, hell yeah. But bro, hold on. Y'all just hold on 1 second. Okay. So do you know about Tilia cordata? Quick question. When it comes to COVID, do you know about Tilia cordata? Do you guys know anything about bladderwrack? Do you guys know anything about strawberry leaves? Do you know anything about red raspberry leaves? Do you know anything about kelp? Do you know anything about sea moss? Do you know anything about marine phytoplankton? Do you guys know anything about the rest of these herbs that you could be using? Do you I know you don't. I know, I get it. I know you don't know anything about these herbs because you're advising cannabis to people who have lung ailments. I know you don't. And it's okay that you don't. It's okay that you don't. You don't know anything about the Cordoncillo Negro. You don't know anything about that. You don't know anything about the blue vervain. You don't know anything about that. You don't know anything about something as simple as rosemary, and you probably cook with it. You want to detox inflammation and virus off of the lungs? Rosemary is way more powerful than RSO could ever be. And I don't care what you extract to make the RSO. No, hell no. I would never advise smoking it if you already have a lung ailment. Hell no. Now, is there things for cannabis that can help you? Yes. Joint pain, it can help you. Insomnia, it can help you. But if you're dealing with mental issues, fuck no, you don't want to be using cannabis. Hell no. If you're dealing with any sort of cannabis issues, any sort of mental issues, you do not want to deal with cannabis. You don't. I advise you to go to South America, maybe have an ayahuasca session. I advise you to get to California, maybe have a mushroom session. I advise you to get to the Native Americans, maybe have a peyote session. But I do not advise you to take cannabis if you already have a psychiatric issue. You don't want to be dealing with cannabis on that. Somebody the other day said, meditate on cannabis. The last thing you want to do meditating is to smoke cannabis. You ever smoke cannabis and decided to go to the kitchen and get something, and by the time you got to the kitchen, you completely forgot what the fuck you was going to the kitchen for? Does that sound like something you want to be meditating on when you're trying to focus in on an issue that you have and you forget it every 12 seconds? No, and it does not boost your immunity. Cannabis does not boost your immunity in any way, shape, or form, especially when you're not talking about smoking it. You must be talking about eating it. If you're not talking about smoking it, you must be talking about eating it. You must not know how THC works in the human body. And it's not always in the positive that it works in the human body. It's just facts. You think I want to be saying this being a cannabis grower and an herbalist? Priest Kailash. I seen you mention Priest Kailash. How many times has he advised cannabis as a medicine? How many? I know exactly who you're talking about. I know he's in the Virgin Islands. I've studied him for years. A few of my friends have been on the tours that he hosts down there. How many times have you seen Priest Kailash advise cannabis as a medicine? RSO helps with anxiety. It depends on what you extracted. If you extract Blue Dream as an RSO and somebody's dealing with anxiety, you're about to send them into a panic attack. If you extract Jack Herrera and you put it in an RSO form, all you did was concentrate a high sativa into a concentrate. Now you want to give that to somebody and you think it's going to help with anxiety? No, it's going to make it worse. They're going to be a closet case after that. Their mind is going to be moving 1,000,000 miles an hour. They're going to wind up with heart racing. Their blood pressure is going to skyrocket. Their blood sugar might drop, and they might wind up in the hospital over that type of information. Rick Sampson doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, because how do you know what's an 80% indica? Let me know what strain on earth right now is 80% indica. Again, I hate going here with this, but these white folks say shit and y'all just take it and run with it. Let me know which strain is an 80% indica. You have no idea which strain is a fucking 80% indica. You have no idea. I have a few of those. How do you know which strain is an 80% indica? What test did you take to make sure that this strain is 80% indica? Oh, because it's short, because it's squat, it's 80% indica, right? Right? Because it's short, because it's squat, it's an 80% indica, right? I don't know if you're white or not. I know what color Rick Sampson is, though, and I know he's the one giving people this advice without giving people any type of recommendations towards this. I know Rick Sampson is saying, here, if you extract cannabis and you put it in this form of oil that I've been making for years, it's going to help you. That's not true. It's not true. Because which strain are you extracting? And depending on which strain you're extracting will depend on the effects it's going to have on the human body. We know this. We know Blue Dream doesn't have the same effects as Girl Scout Cookie. We know this. We know Colombian Gold won't have the same effect as Swaziland. We know this. He does give people recommendations. What's his recommendations? The leaves are 80% wider. Yeah, right? Right, bro? Right, bro? Yeah, because the leaves are thick on it. Yeah. Grandmaster Level thought that about his Death Bubba, and then come to find out it was a sativa dominant according to the test. We don't know. He said take sativa dominant hybrids for internal use. Okay, but what if somebody's dealing with anxiety? What if somebody's dealing with high blood pressure? You want to give them a high sativa? I've listened to every Rick Sampson video that's out right now because I make RSO. But I'm telling you that I can't give a high sativa dominant RSO to somebody dealing with anxiety or psychiatric issues, or else I'm hurting that person more than I'm helping them. Do you see how that works? You don't want to be out here just delivering false information to people just because it's cannabis. Y'all act like cannabis is just on the up and up at all times. Just no matter what the cannabis is, just fuck it, give it to people, right? Fuck it, right? If I think that these leaves are thick, if the strain is a short strain with thick leaves, it must be indica dominant. I'm going to extract it and just give it to people, right? Right? No, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. I promise you, you cannot do that. You're going to wind up giving people major issues, advising them to extract sativa dominant plants and just giving it to people who already have anxiety issues, who already have psychiatric issues. You're going to give them a high sativa? Are you I can't smoke a high sativa, and I don't have any psychiatric issues, but I'm a high energy person. So I know you give me anything high sativa, and I'm going to have the room spinning for the rest of the day, and it's going to be a very uncomfortable situation for me. I can't give an indica dominant strain to somebody who's dealing with depression. It's like giving a Xanax to a depressed person, knowing that the Xanax is going to make them more depressed. You can't do that. It's like when they give Suboxone to people who are trying to get off of heroin. It's a synthetic form of heroin. It's not going to help them. But you have to be able to study the body to even know these things. That's what I'm saying. You can't give advice to people if you don't know anything. Do I think cannabis lowers one's immunity? I don't think it will lower your immunity. I don't think cannabis affects your immunity at all. I don't think cannabis affects the immune system in any way, shape, or form. It's not one of the herbs that's used for that. It's just not. I got to make you a moderator, bro, because you keep on posting links, and I don't know if you noticed that you can't post links if you're not a moderator. So I'll add you as a moderator so people can actually go and visit the links that you're posting. If you have a perfectly healthy immune system with no problems, using marijuana will probably suppress your immune system slightly. However, if you have a condition that weakens your immune system, like HIV or AIDS, research has shown that cannabis actually strengthens the immune response slightly. Jesus Christ. I don't even know. I don't even know how to address such false information. Okay, you just lost your moderator stamp over that. Okay. Yeah, you can't be a moderator if you spreading shit like that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bro, quick question. HIV or AIDS? What part of the body is it attacking? HIV or AIDS? Which part of the body is it attacking? If somebody right now is suffering with HIV or AIDS, let me know which part of the body it's attacking. It's a very powerful conversation. I'm glad there's a lot of people in here to hear stuff like this, because I know a lot of y'all think that cannabis is just the end all be all. It helps build an appetite because the medication that makes them not want to eat. That I'll agree with. Not the immune system. That I agree with. That I agree with. If the medication you taking from HIV or AIDS is making it so it suppresses your appetite, then yes, it is a good thing for you, but not the immune system. It has nothing to do with it. Did he just post a High Times article? Look, I don't deal with the pseudo stuff. I need you to say. Some studies show that cannabis improves immune. If there's a deficit of marijuana research, how are you on here just saying this like it's fact? Not enough research, but it's fact that HIV or AIDS can be. Do you see what I mean? Listen to this. Research has shown that using cannabis can actually strengthen your immune system slightly. And then in the same breath, there's not enough research on cannabis for us to know if this actually works. What? What? No, HIV and AIDS is not in the kidney. Nope. I know it's not a fact. That's why you shouldn't be saying it, because you got people on here that are reading what you're saying and they think that they're going to be able to take some cannabis if they got HIV or AIDS and it's going to help their immune system. What do you do for a living? I need to know this. What do you do for a living? I just need to know what you do for a living, because I don't think a carpenter deserves to give a doctor information on heart surgery. I don't think somebody that deals with landscaping deserves to go to a doctor and tell a doctor how to perform heart surgery. Am I tripping, y'all? Should a landscaper, would you allow somebody who specializes in landscaping to do your open heart surgery? They should have a right to look into it. They should have a right to look into positive information that really works. Of course, you can't run with anything you hear. That's a fact, Gino. You can't. You can't. Where are the sources? Who said this? What doctor said this? Again, Dr. Sebi was an avid cannabis smoker. Avid. Somebody asked Dr. Sebi one day, what are the side effects to smoking marijuana? He said, God didn't hear you say that. He said, it's natural. It comes from earth. There's nothing wrong with smoking cannabis. But then Dr. Sebi also never prescribed cannabis to a living soul on this planet. Name one Dr. Sebi product that had cannabis in it. You won't find one. There could be a landscaper that happens to be good at researching. Would you allow him to do your heart surgery? Graphing. What yo, cuz what you mean by graphing? In the US, many people use cannabis products for both medical and recreational purposes, and some who smoke, inhale, or vape marijuana are wondering if it's safer to switch to alternatives like edibles to protect their lungs and immune system in light of COVID-19 pandemic. Vaping is the last thing you want to do to avoid COVID because it puts water in your lungs. There's actually commercials out right now, and there's actually lawsuits pending right now for vape companies that vape puts water in your lungs. It's just facts. Grafting plants. I don't see a problem with grafting plants. It depends on what plant you're grafting. So if you got a blackberry bush, or let's say you got a blackberry bush and you find a different kind of blackberry and you want to graft it onto your blackberry, I don't see no issue with that. If you got a different kind of peach and you want to graft it onto your peach tree, I don't see no issue with that. But if you're dealing with COVID-19, the last thing you even want to be looking into is cannabis. That's the last thing you want to be looking into is cannabis if you have COVID-19. The very last thing you want to be looking into. COVID-19 ain't even that deep. Let me tell y'all something. There's a 99 or 97% recovery rate from COVID-19. That means there's a 3% mortality rate when it comes to COVID-19. 3% mortality rate. Malaria has a 12% mortality rate. Highly deadly. Malaria has been smoking shit for a long time, and they still can't figure out how to stop it. Malaria is deadly. The Spanish flu killed over 5 million people. Killed over 5 million people. The Hong Kong flu killed over 4 million people. SARS is a coronavirus. MERS is a coronavirus. You know what MERS turned into? Pneumonia. You know what SARS turned into? The flu. You know what COVID's going to become? Like a flu. So it's not even something that's that deep that you even want to be looking towards cannabis for dealing with afterwards. The thing that makes you more susceptible to infections is your diet. Do you eat a lot of white bread? That's yeast. Do you eat a lot of white rice? That's yeast. Do you eat a lot of sugars? Do you eat a lot of things that cause inflammation? Do you eat a lot of red meat? Do you eat a lot of soy? Do you eat a lot of salt, white salt, not sea salt or Himalayan pink salt? Do you eat a lot of white salt? These are the things that are going to make you susceptible to catching coronavirus, will be your diet. Animals have caused almost every disease known to man that has been a pandemic. Every one of them. Every single one of them. Go look up SARS, MERS, COVID. Every single one of them came from an animal because humans can't seem to stop eating dead animals. That's our problem. It has nothing to do with cannabis. It has nothing to do with anything else. It has to do with the fact that humans cannot stop eating dead animals. E. coli, dead animals. Heart attacks, dead animals. Strokes, dead animals. High blood pressure, dead animals. COVID, dead animal. MERS, dead animal. SARS, dead animal. Hong Kong flu, dead animal. Spanish flu, dead animal. Cancer, radiated food coming from your microwave and pasteurized foods that you're going to be eating. It all comes from animals. The claim is misleading. Medical experts has emphasized there is no evidence to suggest that cannabis improves immunity against the virus and have urged the public to follow official government. I don't agree with that neither. Hell no. Don't just follow what the fuck the government is saying. Hell no. Yes, I'm a vegan. But I'm not one of those save the animal vegans that's about to be standing in front of a slaughterhouse telling you if you eat a steak, it's slavery. Don't think that I'm one of them vegans that's going to be standing in McDonald's fucking throwing animal blood on people and holding up posters telling you that if you eat cows, you're promoting animal slavery. I'm not one of those guys. I don't want COVID and heart attacks and the rest of that. That's the vegan I am. And no, I don't eat soy. I don't eat tofu. I don't eat broccoli. I don't eat I don't eat a lot of shit that normal people would eat. Factory farms are evil. Yeah, definite. First off, we won't even get into that. I thank you guys for joining. It was a very dope conversation. Can a man go eat? Thank you for the conversation because you sparked a whole lot of this conversation. It was a great debate. Thank you very, very much for actually giving me somebody to debate with, because you were very honest about the things that you said. Soy is one of the big, oh man, we ain't even gonna talk about that. Actually, one of the biggest lobbyists against hemp is cotton. Cotton. Yeah, bro. I'm not. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. I never liked steak anyway. But yeah. I mean, eat what you want to eat. Eat what you want to eat. I just advise you when you're sick to stay away from certain things. And I advise you to pick 3 days out of the week to eat nothing but fruits, salads, and water. So just 2 or 3 days out of the week, just yeah, cotton definitely. That's what happened in Africa. Is the reason that cannabis won't get legalized is because of the cotton farmers in Egypt don't want hemp to come in, because if hemp comes in, that's the end of the cotton game. That's the end of the starch. We ain't even gonna talk about the rest. See, you guys are trying to spark more and more conversations. If y'all want me to keep going, just say keep going in the chat. If y'all want me to end the stream, I'll end the stream. Because y'all bringing me into a zone that ain't got nothing to do with cannabis. But if y'all don't mind talking about it, we can actually get into some health things. But cotton is definitely one of the main reasons that cannabis takes so long to get legalized across the world. Oh, hell yeah, bro. Because you got to think of how many products you can make out of hemp. I think people forget how many products you can make out of hemp, between the concrete, the cement that you can make out of hemp, the clothing you can make out of hemp, the paper you can make out of hemp. There's so many different things that you can make out of hemp, that why would the cotton farmers want people to start investing in hemp, something that grows faster, more vigorous, anyone can grow it. Like cotton's not for everyone. Cotton's not for everyone. If you have a lighter pigmentation, you don't even want to be out there farming cotton. I'll tell you that right now, because cotton requires a lot of work, a lot of work. And certain people can't stand the sunlight to even be able to farm cotton. And that's the main reason slavery happened, because they need somebody who's able to farm the cotton. But with hemp, you can make clothing that lasts much longer. You can make paper that lasts much longer. You can make cement that is way better than the cement that we're using. You actually offset the CO2 that big cities are off gassing. So places like New York City, places like California, places like Florida, that are off gassing so much CO2, growing hemp will actually offset the amount of CO2 by that CO2 will get absorbed by the hemp plants, and it'll get harvested into something that's way better. Yeah, bro. I use hemp seed to make my salad dressings. I use hemp seed to make my baby food. I use hemp seed to make my daughter's baby formula. Hemp seed is amazing for you. High in protein. It prevents constipation. It'll clean out the system. High in fiber. Most people just think protein all the time. Protein, protein, protein. No, no, no. Fiber. Yeah, lots of pesticides required for cotton. Lots of pesticides required for cotton. They like to tell you there's a lot of pesticides that's required for cannabis too, but I don't agree with that. Just grow other herbs that are enemies to the pest, and you'll be good. And you can harvest those and sell them too. You can harvest those and sell them too. So there's a whole bunch of different reasons why they don't want hemp and cannabis to be legal, especially across other states. But it's mainly the cotton industry that wants to stop cannabis from being legal, because they know once cannabis goes legal, hemp becomes legal. Once hemp becomes legal, there's no need for cotton anymore. And anybody can farm hemp. It used to be illegal not to farm hemp. Like you used to, if you have land, you used to have to grow a certain amount of hemp. If you look at a lot of the constitutions and the things that came from a long time ago, most of those were probably written on hemp paper, because hemp is very effective, very effective. I seen a car that was made out of hemp, and there's a dude that's just fucking chopping at it with an axe, and it can't leave a scratch on it. Can't leave a scratch on it. That's how durable it is. Cotton is okay. Cotton is okay. But there's definitely many other things that are better than cotton, especially hemp. Studies have examined that association with cannabis use and white blood cell counts in human immunodeficiency viruses, cannabis use in the immune system, the effects of cannabinoids on the an immune system proliferating using animal and cell-based modules has been widely demonstrated in a number of studies. Yeah, they can say what they want to. They can say what they want to. They want to sell more cannabis. I'm telling you right now, if you have immunodeficient virus, you may want to change the way you're eating. It's just the truth. Because even AIDS and HIV, that came from animals. It came from monkeys. It was originally SIV. It was a simian immunodeficiency. And then the people of the Congo that were hunting, they were hunting baboons as a main source of protein. I say that in quotation, as a main source of protein. And from eating the monkeys, you wind up with the same disease that the monkey has. And the monkey had SIV, which was a simian immunodeficient virus. So, and there's a lot that goes into that because originally the simian version of it wasn't able to get into humans until they came out with a vaccine for it, and then all of a sudden the vaccine made it so it could penetrate the human immune system, and there's a lot of things that came up with that. Yeah, no, there's it if you're going to take cannabis as a medicine, be very careful. But there are other herbs out there that you can take that are way better. Get more rest, get more exercise, get more meditation. Start a company so you got a little bit more time to yourself to meditate and do yoga and be able to exercise a little bit more. The main problem with Americans is we are always on the go. We don't get enough sunlight. We go to work before the sun comes up. We're off work when the sun goes down. We're not getting enough sunlight. We're not getting enough interaction with other people. We're not being able to download the messages from the universe. There's a whole bunch of different things going into what's wrong with the Americans, and it's the main reason that Americans are sicker than some third world countries. Like back down in Jamaica, shit, you'll be hard pressed to find people that are sick as shit because grandma go out into the bush and whip you up something that'll have you feeling better the very next day. Don't even get me started on 5G. They're gonna start calling me pseudo and all sorts of shit. I ain't even gonna touch on the 5G topic. Even though it was mighty funny that after coronavirus hit, they locked us all down and started putting up 5G towers. Yeah, eat better. Stay away from microwaves, people. If you got a microwave inside of your house, go throw that shit away. Go throw that shit away. Yeah, have y'all ever heard the joke that a kid turned out wrong because the mother was standing too close to the microwave? Have you ever heard that joke? How many of y'all heard that joke? That the reason that a kid came out crazy is because the mother was standing too close to the microwave. How many of y'all have heard that? I don't want to get into five. Why y'all trying to do this to me tonight, man? Y'all trying to get me into the 5G conversation. Well, I'll tell you this much. Yeah, in public schools, they were putting it on top of the buildings and everything while everybody was locked in. I'll tell you this. America has always been in a major battle with China over technology. So China has the real 5G. America does not have 5G. They just like to say that they have 5G because they want to be able to keep up with China and Japan. But if you go to China, you can step out on the sidewalk and say Uber, and the Uber will show up for you. That's 5G. You could step out on the sidewalk and like they have TVs that are holographic. They have FaceTime conversations where you pop up as like a hologram. That's 5G technology. We think 5G technology is just a better internet connection. No. You go to China or Japan and you'll see real 5G technology. This shit that they're talking about here is not 5G technology. And they're scaring the shit out of Americans with it because they're talking about all of the downfalls and the things that could go wrong with it. But no, Wuhan was not the first place to have 5G. They were the place that had the most 5G towers because they have the most internet usage out of China. And it can cause flu-like symptoms if you're too close to the radiation towers. And the thing about 5G is you have to put up so many radiation towers to be able to keep the signal connection strong enough that there's like almost nowhere to go where you don't have to interfere with that 5G connection. So you're better off moving into the mountains, getting into a place that has more trees, because the only thing that blocks the 5G radiation is mountains and trees. So if you live in an area that's highly full, a lot of people think that they were cutting down trees in the neighborhoods just to be able to put cameras up and to be able to do no. They were trying to make stronger internet connections. But with the trees being gone, it actually opens up humans to a little bit more of a detriment when it comes to the radioactive technology. Uh I don't know if social distancing is to track and target people better because they got all of these apps, and if you got an iPhone, they want to scan your fucking face and your eyes and all sorts of other shit. So I don't think that the social distancing would help with that. I don't think social distancing will help with that. So many of y'all volunteer so much information. Y'all got locks on y'all phone that take your thumbprint. Y'all got locks on your phone that take your that has to scan your eye. Y'all got locks on your phone that got to scan your face. That works better. Along with the filters that they have. We don't know what those filters are for. We don't know what country created those filters. We don't know anything about that. Yeah, trees reduce EMF radiations, but people were crowded together more. Yeah, more in bigger cities. More in bigger cities. Yeah, not everybody though, but yeah, but not everybody follows the social distancing protocol. I don't like to say it too much, but I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Since COVID hit, I ain't wore no mask. I ain't social distance. My life has not changed a bit since COVID happened. The only thing that changed is that I made more money. I made more money during COVID than I made ever in my life. The second that COVID hit and they locked everything down, I think I sold probably like 80 bottles of Immune Boost in a day. Yeah, bro, that's 5G. They pay in China with facial recognition now. You see what I'm saying? That's 5G technology. That's 5G technology. That's the shit they're trying to introduce to America, but Chinese people are a little bit more, they're a little bit more apt to take these things. I have sarsaparilla, bladderwhack, sea moss, and a few other ones you name. Good. Good. That's your defense against COVID right there. I know. A lot of people lost during COVID because COVID scared the fucking shit out of people. Scared the fucking shit out of people. And a lot of people weren't independent prior to COVID. Like prior to COVID, a lot of people were dependent on job. Listen, I'm not coming at nobody who lived in these situations because you got to eat. A lot of people were relying on jobs. A lot of people had these jobs that they had for a lot of years. And then when COVID-19 hit, man, it got hard for a lot of people. They got laid off of jobs. They had to be locked in. Some people might have actually caught corona and had to quarantine for 14 days. And during that 14 days, they might have let you go. There was, man, it was bad. But I always worked for myself. I always homeschooled my children long before coronavirus happened. So nothing changed for me. I've always homeschooled. I've always worked for myself. I've never filled out a job application in my life. And they say mandatory lockdown, but it was never a mandatory lockdown. I don't know what mandatory lockdown was. I don't know what the hell that was. Price Chopper was still open. Walmart was still open. Hannaford was still open. All of the stores were still open. Shit. Lockdown what? I ain't fuck with people long before COVID started. Imagine being in jail or prison during this. I couldn't imagine. That's who I felt bad for. The people who were in prison or jail during this shit. God damn. Imagine if you were about to get released and you couldn't get released because of COVID. COVID is bullshit. It's some next level flu they have isolated, so technically can't call it anything. And if you notice that coronavirus is already mutating, they got a new strand of it that just popped up in England, and they got a new strand of it that popped up in Colorado. So everybody that's going to get the vaccine for it right now, they're going to have to get another vaccine soon. So coronavirus is going to wind up like a flu. You know how every year they got to get a new flu shot because the flu mutates yearly? It's going to wind up being kind of like the same thing. Remember, MERS, the original coronavirus, turned into it turned into pneumonia. SARS, which was the second coronavirus, turned into the flu. This one is going to become very similar. Yeah, everything was open, bro. Everything was open. It's not like anything closed. I didn't know what they meant by mandatory lockdown. I had no idea what they meant by mandatory lockdown. I was still out here. All of the corner stores were still open. All of the gas stations were still open. Still ain't wearing no mask. Fuck them and that mask. I'm not gonna give myself a respiratory infection strictly off the fact that you want me to wear a mask. Fuck you and your mask. Yeah, supposedly y'all sent the new strain over here, bro. It's gonna keep mutating. It's nothing you're gonna be able to do about it. Once herd immunity kicks in, people will be all right. People will be all right. It's just like the flu, man. And some people have never had the flu in their life. Yeah, you know what? It wasn't a lot of stores that was forced to close. It was a lot of the restaurants that were forced to close. I feel bad for them. The people who had owned a restaurant for 20 and 30 years, there was a lot of older people like the Italian restaurants, the Chinese restaurants, the Japanese restaurants, the buffets. It was places like that that couldn't afford no bills, that couldn't afford to pay their bills during those times. So a lot of those places lost their main source of income. They lost their generational wealth during COVID-19. I feel really, really bad for them. Really bad for them. There's some Italian restaurants out here that somebody's father's father owned, and they winded up having to shut down because they didn't make no money, but the bills didn't stop. And then when they gave out the SBA loans, the Small Business Administration loans, people like the Lakers, the LA Lakers, were able to get small business administration loans. So they winded up handing out billions of dollars to gigantic companies that were making billions of dollars that somehow qualified to get small business loans. What part of the Lakers is a small business loan? I don't know what part of the Lakers is a small business. Ain't nothing small business about the fucking Lakers. Well, some stores were forced to close and many were forced people to wear masks. Yeah, yup. Barbershops. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, hell yeah, bro. A lot of barbershops, cigar lounges, hookah lounges. Yeah. And there was some people who just got their businesses up and running, like the world is just waking up to this entrepreneurship. Like they're just waking up to doing for themselves. They're just waking up to LLCs. They're just waking up to S corps. They're just waking up to being able to own their own businesses. They're just waking up to a lot of this. And as soon as you wake up to it, boom, COVID hits and you lose your business all in 1 month. Yeah. And then when they did open the restaurants for indoor dining, it was crazy because you got to wear your mask through the door to get to your table. And then when you get to your table, you can take the mask off. But if you get up and got to go to the bathroom, you got to put your mask back on. Like if that was the case, we could have did this to start off with. And then what had me really angry is when they came out on the news and was like, well, in the beginning, when we were putting people on respirators, we actually killed off a bunch of people because they actually didn't need respirators. Because if your lungs work and we put you on a respirator, it forces your lungs to overwork and we wind up popping your lungs and you wind up dying from the respirators. But since you had COVID, when we put you on the respirator, we actually say you died from COVID. So the COVID deaths that got counted were actually people who died from the respirators, but the respirators was what killed them in the first place. So that's actually medical, that's false medical practice right there. That's bad medical practice. But they didn't feel that they could use the other forms of oxygen that they could give you because they thought it would spread COVID. I started my shop March 1st, closed March 15th. You see what I'm saying, bro? Like, that's crazy. The second you get your foot in the door, you get the door slammed in your face over something that wasn't even that deep to start off with. Like a lot of the COVID, like they sent out a paper to a lot of the doctors that say if you test positive for COVID 45 days ago and you die 45 days later from a heart attack, just the fact that you tested positive for COVID 45 days ago, we can count your death as a COVID death. Yeah, boom, there you go, right there. Within 60 days of any death, COVID going on the certificate. That's a fact, bro. There was a family who had a kid that tested positive for COVID, and then they walked out of the house, walked into a pool, and drowned. And two kids drowned. One kid tried to stop the other kid from going in the pool. They both ended up drowning. They counted both of those as COVID deaths, even though clearly they drowned in the pool. Clearly they drowned in the pool. But since they tested positive for coronavirus within the 45 to 60 days that they died, it got marked as a COVID death. So it's people out here who are dying from gunshot wounds, even though they tested positive for COVID, they died from a gunshot, they wind up getting marked as a COVID death. So we're looking at a high number of COVID deaths when, truth be told, probably only 20% of that was actually COVID. Now, again, diseases like malaria, man, forget about it. Forget about it. Malaria will smoke you. Yeah, hustlers love the recession. If you really knew how to hustle, if you was really on your entrepreneur shit during this, man, you made so much money during coronavirus. It was crazy. this shit been so fucking lit. And I hate even talking about it. Like, this is the first stream I actually get to talk about it because y'all got me going into the shit I don't want to really go into. But man, COVID been lit. COVID been lit, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Especially as a grower or something, man, forget about it. COVID been lit. COVID been lit, man. Fucking pounds went up to like 5,000 a pound for a minute. If you was a grower during any point in time during this, man, you was fucking lit. And the dispensaries got labeled as a necessity. So you could actually just pull up right in the driveway and they'll bring your shit right out to you. So the dispensaries didn't miss a beat. You know what I loved? I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I love the medical program. When it came to cannabis, where you can go and get your medical license and your customers wind up becoming your patients and you could just fucking sell weed to the same people you've been selling weed to, and they just become your patients all of a sudden just because weed's medical now. They can go to the hospital and be like, hey, my head hurts, and they'll give them a fucking medical card. You could have them sign this piece of paper and you can grow weed and sell it to all the people you've been selling weed to. That was the best shit ever. When shit went recreational was when shit went downhill. That's when they X'd all of us out of the equation. Essential. Yeah, it was an essential business during the pandemic. So they got to stay open. I love the medical program. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but the medical program was lit. Such a gray area. Like, hey, I could have 12 plants for every patient that I have. Okay, bet. For every customer that I got that'll sign this fucking piece of paper, I can have up to 12 plants. Man, I'm about to open a fucking warehouse. Most of the flu cases are being classified as COVID. That's a fact. That's a fact. The flu disappeared. Heart attacks disappeared. Strokes disappeared. Brain aneurysms disappeared. Sudden infant death syndrome disappeared. Pneumonia disappeared. Bronchitis disappeared. Cancer disappeared. All of that shit disappeared during COVID. Oh, what state? Every state that had medical. You was able to go and get your medical license and become a caregiver, and the caregiver license had it fucking lit. Y'all like Meg Grower 1? Y'all like Mr. Tight and the rest of them? That was the medical program. You remember when Medi Cropper was on here with the recessed gavitas into the ceiling? That was the medical program. Had them out here lit. You could have 12 plants per patient. So all you got to do is have like 6 patients. You could have up to like 80 plants and ain't nobody coming in there checking to see how many plants you got. And all you got to do is sell this to this person. And you can have somebody with you that carries the weed for you. And he can carry up to 8 ounces. So you could drive around with a half a pound on you at all time and just say, hey, I'm bringing it to one of my patients. That was lit. And then people was like, no, I want it more legal. I'm one of the fuck. I don't even want to say it. Yeah. Not in every state. Look, if they had medical programs in your state, you could have did the same thing. It was such a gray area. Nobody knew what was happening. Supposedly, all these state capitol protests gonna happen now. State capitol Are you talking about those Trump supporters that have been taking over the Capitol? The fucking Confederate flag dudes that's mad that they lost the election. I'm sorry, I'm bad on politics. I don't know what a Democrat or a Republican is. I don't pay attention to none of that shit. The hood don't change, no matter who the fuck the president is. So I honestly don't pay attention to that because none of them give a fuck about black people. So being black, I pay no mind to that. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck they are. I'll be 100 with you. They haven't taken over any capitals. Wait, so what the fuck was I looking at when the motherfuckers was in the Capitol building? And the police let them in. They opened the gates to walk them in. Only shot one person. Black Lives Matter and Antifa did, though, in the West Coast. I don't know nothing about that. I know Black Lives Matter people got hosed and tear gas and shot with beanbag guns and murdered and stomped the fuck out and all sorts of shit. In Ohio, you could be a caregiver, but you can't grow. How the fuck you a caregiver and you can't grow? Yeah, bro, I don't know nothing about the left or the right. I don't know nothing about none of that. Yeah, I didn't see Black Lives Matter take over anything. I saw 200 police standing in front of every fucking building that could be of any importance during the Black Lives Matter protest. Them are bowing in to China? What you mean, Tuma 420? Am I keeping y'all too long? Y'all want me to keep going? Black Lives Matter and Antifa were treated differently in different states. They got fucked up in every state. Yeah, they got fucked up in every state, for sure. They didn't get let in like the Confederate flag guys. And I don't think you want to have this conversation. I blocked the last people who spoke about this. There's one group of people that's mad that they lost an election, and then Black Lives Matter. And stop associating. Okay, we're going to stop this right now. Stop associating those crazy ass white folks that's called Antifa with Black Lives Matter. Stop associating the two. Those crazy ass white folks is them crazy ass white folks. We don't have nothing to do with them. Antifa don't got nothing to do with Black Lives Matter. We don't know who them white folks are. We don't know who them crazy people are. We didn't have nothing to do with that. Black Lives Matter was a protest to stop police from killing innocent black people. Antifa was there to fuck up a neighborhood that did not belong to them. We don't have nothing to do with them white folks called Antifa. We don't even know who the fuck they are. We don't know where the fuck they came from. We just know they came down to our hood. They burned down a bunch of buildings that we got blamed for. They fucked up a bunch of companies that we got blamed for. They set a bunch of fires that we got blamed for. And now, just like you and everybody else, they associate Black Lives Matter and Antifa into the same situation. I don't have nothing to do with that. Many Black Lives Matter crazy people who happen to be white too. Yeah, I don't have nothing to do with them. I don't have nothing to do with them. Oh, okay. Yeah, I felt like I was keeping y'all too long. My bad. Yeah, we can keep going. And can a man go eat? Been bringing up some crazy good topics too. Thank you. Yo, bro, during the Black Lives Matter protest, there was a bunch of white people that came from the suburbs down to the hood to be able to fuck the hood up and go back to their suburbs afterwards. Then the people in the hood got blamed for it afterwards. I'll tell you this much. Black people don't play with fire. Our parents beat that shit out of us at a young age. We do not play with fire. So all of them fires that was started with, like, there's videos of white people going and spray painting on windows and busting down windows and all sorts of shit. And then we got blamed for it. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like the white dude who came through, they was fucking mad shit up. They was beating police up, throwing Molotov cocktails or whatever the fuck those was at people. And then all of a sudden, we got blamed for that shit. We ain't doing motherfucking thing. We might have stole a bottle of liquor too. You know what I'm saying? We might have stole a gold chain out of the store afterwards. But that was because they already started the shit. Fuck it. We hear they done started the shit. Fuck it. You ain't gonna tell me that I'm not gonna steal a couple of packs of Pampers from my goddamn baby while I'm at it. But since they started it, we may as well go ahead and take a few things. We may as well go ahead and take a few things. Oh, they done bust the door to this Foot Locker. Okay, man, these new Yeezys did come out. I could probably resell these later on the GOAT for like 400. And I'm saying I might as well go ahead and take these. Hunter Biden has connections to Russia, China through Ukraine. Joe denying it. Bro, I don't care about who the hell the president is. They all racist. I don't give a fuck about none of them. They all racist. None of them give a fuck about black people. So I don't give a fuck about them. The left and the right, I don't know nothing about that. The left and the right is both sides of the same bird. It's two sides of the same goddamn bird. I don't care if you're the left wing or the right wing. Y'all still controlled by the same head from the same bird. So I try not to pay too much attention to that shit. I just want to get my money. Like, a lot of people get mad at me for the fact that I said that if I did vote, I'd have voted for Trump. And that's only because of my selfish economic reasons. I don't want broke niggas running the country. More importantly, they all evil. Yeah, they all evil. They don't give a shit. They all evil. All evil. They don't give a fuck. They care about if you're rich or poor. If you can't make a call tomorrow and affect the way that the stock market moves, they don't give a fuck about you. White, black, purple, green, yellow, they don't give a shit about you. They don't give a flying fuck about you. Divide and conquer. Same vulture. That's a fact. We're gonna make white people mad at black people, and then we're gonna do the same thing to white people that we do to black people, and we're gonna make them think that they're different from each other, so they stay beefing. And as long as they beefing, we cool. Us rich white people, we cool. As long as the poor white people and the poor black people keep on beefing with each other, that everything will go just fine. We're going to make the white people think that they're better than the black people. We're going to make the black people think that they're worse than the white people. But us rich white people don't give a fuck about those white people or those black people. We just want to watch them fight each other because it all brings money to us. Doesn't make a difference. If I had to choose out of the two, I would have voted for Trump. But that's for my own selfish economic reasons that I would have voted for Trump. And I think that Trump was way more interesting. What president do you know that came into his term by grab her by the pussy? That's fucking gangster. This motherfucker Trump sold rice to China. How do you sell rice to the #1 rice exporting country on the planet? That's fucking gangster. That's fucking gangster. This nigga Trump said, yo, y'all still want to send y'all technology to America? Okay, well, you got to buy American rice. Like, bro, out of all of the things you could have sold from America to China, you sold rice to China? Bro, that's like selling water to the ocean. Yo, that nigga Trump was gangster. Oh, yeah, the Jews? See, here's the difference. I fuck with the Jews. I like Jewish people. I like Jewish people. I love what they stand for. I love what the Jews stand for, man. Yo, his whole demeanor is like a movie character, bro. Yo, that nigga Trump was a fucking gangster. This nigga was on Twitter. He was on Instagram. He was, yo, Trump a gangster, yo. I don't like no soft ass president. Like, Trump will warn you, like, yo, you keep on fucking with me and we're gonna send a nuke your way, my nigga. Stop playing with me like that. Yeah, stop playing with me like that. I'm from New York. We don't play like that, B. You keep talking crazy and we're gonna send a nuke your way. Stop playing with me. Yo, Iran, you think we playing? All right, we're gonna murk off your military, your military leader. Send somebody over there, smoke them, drop the mother of all bombs of Moab, a 200,000 pound bomb, which would be an old school nuke, just because somebody said the wrong thing. Wasn't nobody playing with us when Trump was in office? Wasn't nobody testing America when Trump was in office? There was no terrorist during Trump's reign. Name one terrorist that survived Trump. Name one terrorist that spoke out while Trump was in office. Nah, they ain't all gangster. They ain't all gangster. Hell no. Hell no. Name one terrorist during Trump's time in office. You ain't gonna name one terrorist during Trump's time in office. Them niggas was silent as fuck because they knew Trump wasn't playing. They knew Trump wasn't playing. Play if you want to. Trump wasn't playing. He a gangster. I never met somebody who became the president when their initial line coming into presidency was grab her by the pussy. That was amazing to me. And you still became president afterwards? Man. Yo, bro, I don't like undercover racists. I like out and open racists. I like the people that's like, yo, I don't fuck with you Mexicans. I don't fuck with you black people. I don't fuck with you Spanish people. I'm 100% for white people. But if you live in America, fuck it. You can make America better. That's how Trump was. And it didn't bother me. It didn't bother me at all. It was cool to me. I don't like the undercover racists. I don't like the people that's like, hey, no, I have a black friend and I have a couple of black best friends. And I grew up with a black guy who used to live down the street from me. So there's no way that I'm racist. No, I like the people that's like, yo, I don't fuck with you niggas. I'm cool with that. I could deal with that. When Trump said that we're trying to find a way to inject bleach into humans, do you know how many times I thought about that? I'm like, yo, bleach kills everything. everything. We haven't found a way to take the same ingredients that make bleach to kill every disease known to man yet. Like we still don't know how to cure the common cold yet. The common cold. We still don't have a cure for the common cold yet. So people thought Trump was stupid when he said we should find a form of bleach to be able to inject into humans. But y'all ain't gonna tell me y'all ain't never thought about that before. Bleach kill everything. You want to kill some shit, put bleach on it. We ain't found a way to make that for humans yet. Trump didn't want to make Israel great again. Trump said, look, no longer can American companies produce their products in China for 8 cents an hour. If you want to produce products as an American company, you have to open your warehouses here in America. We got the land, we got the space. We want to bring industry back to America. He wasn't making Israel great. He didn't give a fuck about Israel. He dropped a bomb on them niggas his second week in office. Trump wanted to bring the money back here. He was the first person that fired the federal government that's getting our money over in England, Queen Elizabeth and them. He said, they ain't got nothing to do with America. What the fuck they collecting our taxes for? The other president who did that got murked. Yeah, Kennedy. Yeah. The other president who said, hey, look, we're gonna stop our money from going over to England. He's dead. Shot in the head on TV. Some of y'all probably watched it. Trump was a gangster. And now we got this 80-year-old broke-ass dude in fucking office, and we don't know what the fuck about to happen. I'd have preferred Trump for 4 more years until we could have came up with a better candidate than Biden, considering what Biden did to my people. For everybody else, Biden might have been a good offer. But for me, there's a lot of my people that's in prison right now off of shit that Biden did. Not Trump, Biden. When Ice Cube said, hey, yo, look, we got a black plan and we're going to bring this to the presidency. We're going to see which president is going to look at it and possibly go along with what we got going on. Biden said, look, give us the vote. And then after I'm in office, I'll look at it. Trump said, nigga, I'll look at that shit right now. I'll look at it right now. If it's practical, we might be able to do it. Trump banned dog meat from being sold in America. How many of y'all knew that? How many of y'all knew that Trump banned dog meat from being sold in America? Yo, Trump stopped mad shit. Trump said that kids are getting way too many vaccines way too quick. He was the only anti-vaccine president we've ever had. He was the only president I heard speak out against vaccines. You're not going to find another president that said something bad about vaccines. He was just a kid. Trump was like your little 4-year-old. You know when you bring your little 4-year-old in somebody's house and they look at you and be like, ew, daddy, they house stink. And you like, yo, my nigga, like, yo, you can't say that out loud. Like, you don't hurt people's feelings when you say shit like that. But it's true. But you got to stop your 4-year-old sometimes. Like, yo, you can't just blurt shit like that out. You got to say that on the low. Trump was like, man, fuck that. If I feel some type of way, I feel some type of way. The coronavirus, that's the Chinese virus. You know why he said that? Because it started in fucking China. Everybody got mad at him for saying it. It was true, though. Trump wasn't no puppet. Trump was not no puppet. Trump never came to the podium with no written out speech. Trump ain't never come to the podium with no shit that the rest of the people done gave him. Trump came to the podium freestyling. He went in the booth like Jay-Z. Trump went in the booth like Jay-Z and Lil Wayne. Trump smoked a blunt. He ain't even comb his hair. That nigga Trump would smoke some OG. He went up on the podium and started freestyling. He did what? Yo, he was the most entertaining president we'll probably ever have again in the history of life. That was the most entertained I've ever been by a president in my life. I've never seen a president that gangster before. You ain't never seen a president that gangster before. Nigga Trump didn't give a fuck. Like Obama was good, know what I'm saying, but he was boring. Like, no scams. He ain't getting no head in the White House. Like, Obama was boring. Yo, bro, like Jay-Z, Trump just Trump just come right up to the podium and be like, yo, America, my niggas. yo, America, my niggas. Yo, it was a virus. It was created by China. So we're gonna call it the Chinese virus. We're gonna build the wall and we're gonna make Mexico build it. Like, whoever thought that you would go to El Chapo and tell El Chapo, yo, my nigga, you're gonna build this wall and you're gonna pay for it. What? Yo, Daisy Farmer, yo, bro. Yo, that nigga Trump was a gangster, bro. He was a straight gangster. I never seen a president like that. I hope he's the president in another 4 years. I need some more entertainment. He was the only president on Twitter just tweeting out gangster shit. Just gangster shit, left and right. Like, yo, North Korea got one more time to point a missile this way. We're going to wipe North Korea off the map of the world. Play with me one more time, and it's over. Again, name one terrorist during the Trump administration. Name one terrorist. Now, all the other administrations, you're going to be able to name a terrorist. Bin Laden, Saddam Hussein. You're going to be able to name a bunch of terrorists. Name one terrorist during the Trump administration. You ain't going to be able to find me one terrorist during the Trump administration. You ain't hear about no new wars coming. You ain't hear about nothing. Only thing you heard about is, yo, Trump just dropped a bomb the other day and they don't want no problems. they don't want no problems no more. It's just... Yo, he ended problems so quick that we don't remember having no beef with nobody else the whole time Trump was in office. Only beef we remember is when he stopped China from exporting to America. And the reason that he stopped China from exporting to America is because people in America was getting their shit made for 8 cents on the dollar in China. And he wanted Americans to get $13 to $18 an hour for the same shit that they was paying people 8 cents for and China. Y'all against that? Y'all mad at that? He was like, yo, no longer can Nike pay 8 cents on the dollar to make sneakers no more. You got to pay Americans $18 to $20 an hour to make Nikes here in America. We want you to build the warehouses here. We still got the space. We still got the infrastructure. We want to build it here. And then when Kanye came and was like, yo, we should get some factories and possibly name it after Trump. Sometimes you just got to stroke a nigga ego. Sometimes you just got to stroke somebody's ego to be able to get him to do something that benefits what you have going on. So right after Kanye said that, Kanye was like, yeah, and then maybe we can get schools that don't have desks no more and got the yoga balls, and maybe we can get children to stand up, and maybe we can teach economics into the school system for Black children. And Trump sat there and he actually thought about that shit. And then they got mad at Kanye for saying it strictly off the fact that Kanye said, maybe we can open some factories and name it after Trump. Maybe we could open some yo, that's the least we can do. If he gonna let us open the factories and hire a bunch of Black people to work there, the least we could do is name it after Trump. Fuck it. He already got the Trump Towers. He's already the goddamn president. What does it matter? Bro, there was no terror attacks the last 4 years, bro. There was not, bro. There was no bombings. None of the marathons got bombed. We didn't do nothing. Like nothing. It was a very safe world the last 4 years while Trump was in office, because nobody knew what Trump would do. Like, know what I'm saying? Like they would have came over here, them Arabs would have came over here, bombed something, and they don't know what would have happened to them. They don't know. We didn't know. Trump was our president and we didn't know what he would do to us. We didn't know what he would do to us. Yo, he was making fun of special ed people. He was, Trump was doing all sorts of crazy shit. What is Jesuit? I have no idea. If y'all talking about legal and government terms, I don't know nothing about none of that. Trump was a gangster though, yo. We need to get him back in the office. we need to vote to get Trump back in the office. I see why they taking over the Capitol right now. We need to vote to get Trump back in the office. This is going to be the most boring 4 years of our life if we don't get Trump back in here. Bro, I was with Kanye the whole time. I was with Kanye the whole time because Kanye's smart. Kanye was like, you know what? If I can stroke this president's ego enough, I might be able to get a bunch of shit done for black people off of this. That was gangster. That was gangster. I was with it. Because at first he was just like, yeah, take a picture with me. Hey, yeah, we're going to do this. Hey, yeah, we're going to do this. And yeah, I love Trump. I love what he's doing. By the way, hey, Trump, we need some more money into the inner city schools. Hey, Trump, we need some more vocational programs. Hey, Trump, since I know you want to open a bunch of warehouses and factories back into America, I think that it should be open near black people because we haven't had a chance to be able to do anything like that. And we're low income and they've been holding us back for this long. And Trump was like, you know what? You're right. You're right. And you know what people did right afterwards? They bashed Kanye and Trump for even having a conversation. Oh, yeah, bro, the economy been booming. The economy been booming since Trump was in office. Booming. Booming. Unemployment been at an all-time low. All-time low. Hold on. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay, wait. How did y'all get me from talking about health and talking about cannabis to talking about politics? How did y'all get me into this conversation? Y'all slick. I see what y'all in here doing. Y'all in here changing conversations. Y'all done got us from talking about health and talking about cannabis to talking about Donald Trump. I see the games y'all playing with me. Y'all trying to get me in trouble. That's what y'all trying to do. Y'all know damn well I can't ignore a good conversation. Y'all know damn well I can't ignore no education. Y'all know damn well I can't ignore none of the shit that y'all saying. So y'all done tricked me into going from cannabis to talking about Donald Trump. How did y'all do this to me? Wasn't I supposed to end this stream already? And y'all gonna get me in trouble, man. Y'all about to have me losing. Y'all about to have me losing subscribers. Y'all about to have me doing all. Y'all about to have me doing all sorts of shit. Y'all gonna have people unsubscribing to me. I'm about to get 700 thumbs down on this goddamn video. Y'all gonna get me in trouble, man. How y'all do this to me? Yo, AC. How you do this to me, bro? Was this a setup? Yo, can a man go eat? Was this a setup, bro? Y'all setting me up? It goes hand in hand. Nah, bro, this is set up. I feel like I'm being set up. How did we go this far off into this conversation? And we like 3 hours into the stream, and it's all of y'all still here. Society of, are we still talking about this Jesuit stuff? I don't know. Yeah, can a man go eat? Yeah, very funny, bro. You done took me from the Rick Sampson oil all the way over to Trump. He said everyone here on this and they bounced off. Yo, bro, all 16 of y'all is still here. And y'all done got me off into all sorts of other conversations. Y'all gonna get me in trouble, man. Y'all gonna get me in all sorts of trouble. Yo, Joey, don't laugh. Joey 420, don't laugh. Don't laugh, bro. Y'all trying to get me in trouble on purpose. I see what's going on here. Yo, cannabis, Trump's feeling on cannabis was let the states deal with it. Trump said if the state says that it's legal, it's legal. Trump said if the state wants the cannabis to be legal, let it be legal. It was a good night, bro. This definitely been one hell of a conversation, man. Yeah, y'all going in right now. It's a lot of good information in the chat room. You get to see a lot of different points of view. Ain't nobody arguing. We ain't had to curse nobody out. Me and Ken and Man Go Eat. We've been debating this whole thing. Ain't nothing been disrespectful. This is what I love about the cannabis industry. This is what I love right here. Had I been on any other channel, had I been on my own channel doing anything else, there'd have been a bunch of arguments. People would have been throwing a bunch of FUs, and I probably would have been reported a long time ago. But on here, man, we could have debates, we could have serious conversations, we could go against each other's points of view, and afterwards we could just shake hands and call it a good day. We could laugh it off and switch topics and do all. This is why I love the cannabis industry. Out of all the industries I've been in, out of the holistic healing industry, out of the rest of the economic industries I be in, I can't tell y'all everything because y'all can find out who the hell I am. But out of everything else I be in, this is the coolest community. This is the coolest community, man. I fucking love y'all. I love being able to stay up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, arguing with people and having a good time over things that actually affect us. I love this shit. And as a black man, it's really hard to find a community to be in because everywhere we go, somebody hates us. Then you get to the cannabis industry and black and white people agree on almost every fucking topic. There's very few people who disagree on a lot of the topics that we going in on. Black, white, yellow, purple, green, all of us pretty much agree on a bunch of the same shit. You know why? Because we smoking weed together and we're thinking logically. You know what they said the most dangerous thing about cannabis was? Young people get together, they smoke marijuana, and they talk. They said that was what was so dangerous about marijuana that they had to make it illegal. Young people get together, they smoke marijuana, and they talk. That's crazy. 6:30. Blue Goblin, where the hell you at? 6:30. 6:30. You overseas somewhere. Where you at, in the UK? We got people from the UK on the channel. That's dope. Yeah, they don't want us talking. That's the main issue, is that they do not want us talking. It's 1:30 where I am. London, I knew it. I knew you was over there somewhere. London. Okay, we got London in the building. I mean, if y'all don't mind, where the rest of y'all at? Where the rest of y'all at? I'm on the Beast Coast. The Northeast, I'll say that. We on the Northeast. It can, bro. It can lead to revolutionary ideas. And this was what was the problem with the hippies. This is why they banned psychedelics. Can we get into the psychedelic conversation? Just give me a yes if we could get into the psychedelic conversations. Oh, Insomniac. I'm going to answer that question in a second. I just want to know, can we get into the psychedelic conversation? But I'm going to answer AC's question first. I hope all of y'all see AC's question first. But then after this, we're going to get into the psychedelic conversation if y'all want to. I really want to talk about psychedelics and how y'all feel about them. Dirty South in the building. He said acid was lit. So after I answer AC's question, do y'all mind getting into the psychedelic conversation? I don't want to go too far into this, but I don't think we can really touch on cannabis without touching on the rest of the psychedelics. Cannabis is a psychedelic. Yeah, but so see, can a man go eat? See, we got to have you in here more often. I actually got to bring you in. Yo, can a man go eat? Do you have Zoom? Do you have Zoom? Let me know if you got Zoom, because I'm going to bring you in on one of these shows. I want me, you, and Insomniac AC in here. South Bronx. Yo, D-Line, what's happening? Let's go. I want to try shrooms. Yeah. Okay, so we can get into the psychedelic conversation after this. Yo, AC, you said, why do you think more people haven't started growing? Why do I think more people haven't started growing? Besides the laws, most people think it's very, very difficult. Most people think that growing is very difficult. And they think that the charges that come along with it are worth. Come on, can a man go eat? You being selfish, man. We need you to get Zoom so you could get on here and argue with me so that people can fucking yell at us. Yeah, because you think a little differently than I do, and it's going to work perfect. So people are going to yell at you. They're going to yell at me. And then soon, and and then afterwards we're gonna be booming, bro. And then after that, you might as well go ahead and start you a channel so people can go subscribe to you, and then you can talk your shit on your channel. You may as well go do it. But the reason that a lot of people don't start growing is because they really think it's difficult. They really think it's difficult. They think it's difficult. They think that the laws are so much worse. Like if you live on the East Coast, the Northeast Coast, actually growing cannabis is less of a charge than possessing cannabis. You might get caught with, let's say you get caught with a pound. You get caught with a pound where I'm at. It's a felony. You grow a pound where I'm at. It's a misdemeanor. It's a fine, punishable by a fine. Punishable by a fine of up to $1,500. So in my area, now people, listen, I'm going to have to talk about race a lot in this. I'm going to have to talk about racial indifferences a lot in this. And only because it plays a role in American life. Y'all know as well as I do that it plays a role in American life. So where I'm at, we assumed that the white boys would be able to get away with growing it. And we just want to find the white boys to be able to get the pounds from. Not knowing that the reason that the white boys were growing it because it's less of a charge than possessing it. So what they would do is they would grow a ridiculous amount every summer, or they would do their indoors. And then they would dump it all off to one of us in one shot. They would get the cash, we would get the product. Now, if we get caught with the product later, we're facing felony charges and prison time. They get caught with the cash later on. They ain't getting caught with all of the cash, and they wind up with a misdemeanor and a $1,500 fine, maximum. They either get 8 months in jail or a $1,500 fine. So we're thinking that, man, if I get caught growing a fucking acre, it's over. It's over. I'm going to jail forever. Little do you know, growing the acre will get you less time to getting caught with 1 pound. So the main reason a lot of people don't grow is because if you're black, you don't have access to the information. You don't have no access to the information. Before YouTube, no one knew how to grow. No one knew how to grow. And for us to learn how to grow, we would have had to go to the white boys to learn how to grow. And they didn't want to teach us how to grow. And I don't blame them for teaching us how to grow. I don't blame them, because if that's their hustle, I don't expect them to teach us it. I don't expect Chinese people to teach us how to make the Chinese food that they make in a restaurant, because then black people can open Chinese restaurants and put them out of business. So I also don't blame them for that. So the white boys didn't want to teach us how to grow it. They just wanted to give it to us at a good price. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. You got to hustle the way that you hustle. You can't give away all of your skills. But now there's no excuse for people not growing. There's no excuse for it. Now, the main reason that people don't grow is because it's so illegal. And the reason it's so illegal is because once you start growing cannabis, you know, I don't want to spray Eagle 20 on my plants. I don't want to spray OG Lazy Man in the fucking building. What's happening with you, man? We got OG Lazy Man in the building. If y'all not following OG Lazy Man over on Instagram, yeah, make sure that y'all get over there. He does a lot of live streams. He gives away a lot of information. We're going to have him on the stream soon. It's an honor to even have him in here. Yeah, make sure that y'all go and follow OG Lazy Man over on Instagram. We got him in the building. Soon I have my whole setup where we could drop a bomb every time that we get somebody like OG Lazy Man in the building, because he's highly requested. I'm talking about every time I do a live stream, they're asking me when I'm gonna have OG Lazy Man on here. So it's an honor to have you in the building, bro. What's happening with you? So today, there is no reason to not be growing your own cannabis. There's so much information out there. The charges is damn near nothing. Lazy, bro. Lazy. A lot of people are lazy. They don't want to get in that grow room. They don't want to lollipop no plants. They don't want to strip no plants. They don't want to lay no nets. They don't want to put no bamboo stakes up. They don't want to cut their hands. They don't want to hang them lights. They don't want to get those timers. They don't want to do nothing. They don't want to do nothing. It's mainly out of laziness. They think, I'm going to go to Cali, I'm going to get some cheap pounds, and I'm going to become the man overnight. Not knowing that you could grow it for, I'm talking about growing is so cheap compared to what you're going to be paying in California. You wouldn't even believe me if I told you. You wouldn't even believe me if I told you. If I factored in how much it costs to grow a pound versus how much you going to California to pay for a pound, you wouldn't even know. Yo, OG Lazy Man, we need it, man. We need you to get on YouTube. We need you to start doing videos, man. We need it badly. I don't know if you got any videos up right now, but y'all make sure that right now, if you are in the chat, we got, damn, we still got 16 people in here. We need all 16 of y'all to get over to OG Lazy Man's channel and give him a subscribe. Go ahead and give him a subscribe, because if he's going to start uploading videos, y'all going to want that knowledge. He spits a lot of knowledge, but if you don't have him on YouTube, make sure that you get over to him on Instagram. He does a lot of live streams. Y'all can ask him questions. Y'all can get your questions answered. OG Lazy Man is a wealth of knowledge. So make sure that y'all get over to him over on Instagram. It's a felony in Illinois to possess over 100 grams. Damn. See, that's what I'm saying. So it depends on, you got one video up? Yeah, well, you know, I'm about to go subscribe to you, bro. You ain't even got to ask no questions about that one. I'm definitely going to subscribe to you. I'm going to actually pin you into the chat so people don't have to look for you to be able to go subscribe to you. So yeah, it's only a civil violation to possess up to 40 grams. You see what I'm saying? But none of y'all are looking up the cultivation. None of y'all looking up the cultivation. And I didn't either. And then when I finally looked into the laws, cultivating cannabis, no matter the amount in my area, is a misdemeanor. But possession of over 8 ounces of cannabis is a felony in my area. It's a felony in my area. So a lot of people were scared to grow it because we thought that growing would be more of a charge than possessing it. Then come to find out, possessing it was more of a charge than growing it. So we thinking the hillbillies up in the mountain is snitching. They get caught with an acre. They get a little slap on the wrist, a little fine. They get sent right home. We thinking they telling. They got to be snitching. They got to be giving up somebody. Then come to find out, no, they're facing the exact charge that the charge is worth. So y'all need to learn y'all laws. Y'all need to learn the gray areas. Y'all need to learn all of this. You know how Jungle Boys got into the game? From the gray area. You know how Cookie Fam got into the game? From the gray area. You know how a lot of these other people got into the game? From the gray area. Look at Gas House. We're going to have Gas House on here soon. Kingston approved. We're going to have Kingston approved on here soon. I already talked to him. He got a little too much going on right now, but he said as soon as things settle in, he's going to be able to get on here. He's going to be a regular. So we're going to have Kingston approved on here. He's going to tell you how he went from buying those houses in Atlanta, growing in those houses, to moving out to California to be able to start his own thing. Always remember this. It ain't illegal until you get caught. Talk about it, OG Lazy Man. It's not illegal until you get caught. So even in Michigan, we got people like Wolverine Grower. I love Wolverine Grower. I don't know if a lot of y'all are following Wolverine Grower, another wealth of knowledge, but he's sticking to the plant count limit that they have for Michigan, as if somebody's going to come in and check how many plants you're growing. Ain't nobody about to come in and make sure that they check out how many plants you're growing. Make sure that you have things tight, odor control under control. That's what I'm talking about. As long as you got that, bro, you good money. You good money. You good money. Don't nobody know what you're doing. Don't nobody know what you're doing. How many people would assume this dude's growing cannabis out of his house? They would never assume that. That is the very last thing on their mind. Yo, they ain't about to tell me how many tomatoes I can grow. They ain't about to tell me how many cucumbers I can grow. They ain't about to tell me how many nothing I can grow. So they ain't about to tell me how much cannabis I can grow. You ain't about to put no plant count limit on me. You ain't about to put none of that shit on me. You ain't gonna tell me how much basil I can grow. You ain't gonna tell me how much oregano I can grow. You ain't gonna tell me how much parsley I can grow. You ain't gonna tell me how much dill I can grow. You ain't gonna tell me how much cannabis I can grow. I don't get that plant count shit. I never got that plant count shit. As long as you keeping it low key, keep people out of your business. No one needs to know what you're doing. No one needs to know what you're doing. Again, if you're in California where shit is mainly legal and you can hire trim teams and all of that, man, I still harvest and trim my entire harvest by myself. And anybody who's on this channel, you've been through my page, you've seen the grows that I do. You know these aren't, I'm not going to say they're big grows, but they're not small grows either. I trim all of that by myself. And don't tell nobody. There you go, OG Lazy Man. Don't tell nobody. I know y'all be amped to be able to be like, yo, I did this and I'm growing this and I want to be able to show you this. And I'm no. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep doing what you're doing. If they're going to pay you $3,600 for them runts, then go ahead and put the money up, get you some clones of some runts, grow it, and they ain't got to know where it came from. They ain't got to know where it came from. When will somebody ever guess like, hey, bro, did you grow this? Hey, bro, did you grow? Never. Never are they going to assume you did this until you open your fucking mouth. So shut up. Shut up. Continue to live the same way you've been living. You ain't got to start flossing money and showing $100 bills and stacks of money on Instagram and showing your money on Facebook and showing all your friends you got stacks of money. Shut up. Shut up. How do you think those hillbillies made it through all of this? Because they still live in the same house they've been living in. They still been living the same way that they've been living in. Nobody would ever assume that that guy with the overalls on and a grease-stained fucking outfit is growing all the pounds that's supplying the neighborhood that's 2 hours away from him. They would never know that. They would never know that. You know why? Because he shuts the fuck up. Learn the value of being quiet. Learn the value of it. Don't nobody know what the hell I do, and that's why I don't show my face. Now, for those of y'all who know who I am, shout out to y'all. My plug stay with some fire. Yeah, that's a fact, bro. And you have no idea if he's flying out to Cali and getting that fire, or if that fire coming out of his basement. You have no idea. If it's fire, it's fire. Nobody looks at a bud and be like, hey, I think this was grown in LED under deep water culture system with can of nutrients and CalMag and Epsom salt. No one knows that shit until you decide to open your fucking mouth. Shut up. It's simple. Shut up. I'm going to put y'all up on game. The LEDs, man, the LED game changed everything. You could go get an HLG 550. You know the little space heaters that you use for, like, let's say you got a little room and you get the little heater from Walmart, 1,500 watts. That's 3 HLG 550s. 3. That's 3 HLG 550s for the amount of money it would cost to run a little space heater in your shit. Shut up. Hook your grow up. Start growing. Don't tell nobody shit. Give them the pounds at the same thing. Call it a day. OG Lazy Man. People be worried they're pulling a lot of power. That's not what gets you knocked. It's when they come up the street and smell the tree. Then they will try to locate where it's coming from. That's the game, bro. That's the game. That's the game. So wherever you growing at, don't be over there blowing 100 blunts. Don't be blowing 100 blunts and having the house smelling like gas all day. No. That crib that you grow out of is strictly for growing. Call it a day. Get your carbon scrubbers in deck. If you grow in the basement, still keep a carbon scrubber on the second floor over by the door to make sure that no smell is getting out. And the main smell that you have to worry about is during harvest time. Because throughout the whole grow, it's not giving off too much of a smell. It's mainly during that harvest time. The last 2 weeks of flower and the 2 weeks during drying and about the week it takes to trim. So you got about a 5-week gap, about a month and a day gap that you got to worry about that smell. Now, if you got 3 rooms, I always tell people this, 3 rooms, that's the main thing you need. 3 rooms, 56-day strains. You harvest every 28 days, 1 room for veg, 2 room for flowers. Flip one every 28 days, cut clones off of one before you get ready to flip the other one. Make sure that you got enough clones to refill each room and harvest every 28 days, 28 and 28, 56. So every 56 days, you're pulling 2 harvests versus the other person that's waiting 60 days. 3 rooms, that's all you need. A 3-bedroom. And shut up. Shut up. Don't be bringing the thotties through there. Don't do that. That's going to be your number one downfall. You ain't got to worry about the police at that problem. You got to worry about the jack boys. You got to worry about the jack boys. Last couple weeks in harvest be stressful, bro. It be stressful. You want to get that trimming done as fast as possible. And when you somebody like us, I don't know if you do your trimming by yourself, but I do my trimming by myself. I got to sit in the same spot, waking up at 8 o'clock every day, trimming until 3-4 o'clock in the morning for a couple of days to be able to get that shit done and over with as fast as possible, vacuum seal them things up, incense stay lit, Actually, candles work better than incense because candles actually entrap the smell and then dissolve it afterwards. Incense will just mask the smell. So candles work better than incense. That's a hint for the rest of y'all. But listen, it's so easy. It's so easy. Just get to it. Just get to it. If you want to grow a plant, grow a plant. Start now. What are you waiting for? Start right now, like yesterday because you forgot the day before. Start now. Just shut up. Don't tell nobody what you're doing. It's simple math. Oh man, niggas love showing females the room, bro. As soon as you get a new thotty, now I'm saying you want to bring her through, like, yeah, you know, I'm bossing, I'm growing this, or I'm over here doing this, and you know, I'm about to take over, and I'm about to, yeah, and she gonna go tell the other nigga that she fucking with from across town, and then he up in your shit. That's what happens. Shut up. Shut up. And then if they can't find it, they just kill you. Now you're dead. You can't harvest either way, whether you get robbed or whether you dead. You don't harvest either way. I'm trimming right now too, bro. I just finished during this stream. Shut up. You know what I'm saying, bro? I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. They love to bring the thotties through, bro. Shut up. They always want to show off for somebody. They always want to tell somebody how many bands they getting. And then they start making music videos. All of a sudden, your first harvest, you make a quick 10 bands, and now you want to start rapping. You want to hold 10, 20 bands in your video, and then the next thing you know, you dead or in jail. That's the stupidest shit you can do. If y'all see me on the street, you wouldn't look at me twice. You wouldn't look at me twice. You would not look at me twice. My dreads ain't never done. I look like the dustiest, brokest nigga you ever gonna see in the history of your life. I like to keep it that way. I love to keep it that way. I don't look like somebody you want to rob. Unless you want like $2. Unless you want like $2, I don't look like somebody that you want to rob. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Celibate, bro. Celibate here, celibate there. You know what I'm saying? Harvest that thing going one shot. I ain't got nothing else. I don't know what you're talking about until 28 days from now. Cash me out another quick little 30, 40 racks, and I call it a day. I pay my bills. I take care of my family. I shut up. I open new companies. I start new business ventures, and I call it a day. Y'all be out here tripping. I don't own no jewelry. I own some stocks. I own a couple of other things, but yeah, that's about it. Yo, pull out the jars that they carry. Yeah, yo, I got the za right here. This yo, OG, yo, this that Zaza right here. You know what I'm saying? This the shit they be bragging about in Cali right here. You see this runts, bro? You see this runts, bro? Yeah. Yo, look at the colors on this. I got 19 more of these jars in the bedroom upstairs to the left. Know what I'm saying? You want to see it, shorty? You want to see it? Yo, bring a friend through. Bring a friend through. And the next thing you know, you're through. Next thing you know, you're through. Yo, make sure you tell shorty to bring her sister with her. And we... Yo, make sure you tell your shorty to bring her sister with her. I got the Zaza here. You know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here with that. Nah, hell no. I don't got shit. I got a little dub that I grabbed from the homie up on the corner. Now I'm saying that's all I got. He said it was some za. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. He said it was some za, but I. Yo, the nigga up on the corner said it was some za. I don't know what it is. He said it was some gelato, but I don't know. This shit look like some. I don't know, but we gonna smoke it tonight. We gonna smoke it tonight. Y'all act like y'all allergic to hotel rooms anymore. Y'all act like y'all allergic to anything else. I don't know what you talking about. I grabbed the dub from the little homie up at the corner store where I went to grab my papers at. He said he had some za. Grabbed a little dub. We could smoke. Do what we do for the night. I don't know nothing else. I don't know nothing else. They want to yo, look at this jar. Yo, I got turkey bags. I'm on deck. Yo, I got this from my homie, bro, real quick, bro. I just grabbed a little quarter from my homie real quick. Now I'm saying that's it. This is how he gave it to me. Now I'm saying he gave it to me in this little runts bag. Now I'm saying Little do she know, I grabbed that from Amazon real quick just to throw her off. I keep the runch bags on deck from Amazon. I'm saying $9.99. Go get me a couple of them. Throw the thing in there real quick. Like, yo, I got this from the nigga up at the corner store. I don't know nothing else. I got it from the homie up at the corner store. He said it was some Za. We gonna smoke it. We gonna see. I don't know. Oh, well, my peoples needed some of this. Well, he gonna have to go check the nigga up at the corner store. I don't know. That's who I bought it from. What you want me to tell you? I don't know. I don't even know the nigga name. Nah. No new friends. No new friends. Y'all like listening to Drake, right? Yeah, no new friends. What gallon size pot do you finish in with cocoa? I use 1 gallon pots from start to finish, bro. I know a lot of people don't believe me because y'all go look at my grows. Y'all see them big ass fucking plants, 4 or 5 feet. Those are in 1 gallon pots. 1 gallon pots. That's what I use. 1 gallon pots on the watering system. They get 2 minutes of water the second that the lights, an hour after the lights come on, they get 2 minutes of water and that's it. Nah, it ain't organic. I don't know where this came from. The dude up at the corner store where I went to go get my bag of chips and 50-cent soda from told me this was some Za. That's all I know. He ain't even tell me a name. He just told me it was some Za. That's all I know. I don't even know what Zaza mean, but he told me that's what it was. So that's the name we're going to go with. Call it a day. I know it was the jealousy that I just paid $5,000 a cut from Fire Farmer, but that's irrelevant. That ain't got nothing to do with her. All she know is this some Zod that I got from the dude up at the corner store. Who the hell cares about organic? She probably ate some McDonald's before she came to see me. I don't care to tell her it's organic or not. Yo, that's a fact, bro. OG late, yo, bro, that's a fact. We can get this money together, and once we getting this money together, I'm less at risk of you or you booking me. That's how we gonna call. You make your little band right off the top. Now I'm saying we gonna call this a day. You go get your little Birkin bag or whatever you gonna do. Call it a day. Just once a day, 2 minutes of water, 1 gallon pot. That's what I do. Can of cocoa, bricks. I get the bricks. Add the water, hot water to them. They blow up. Throw them in 1 gallon pots. They get 2 minutes of water once a day. That's it. I know some people say they water for 2 minutes 3 times a day. I don't. They got way bigger rooms than I have. That's the niggas with the 50 light rooms, 60 light rooms, 30 light rooms, 40 light rooms. I don't have a 30 or 40 light room. So yeah, in my and both rooms, they get 2 minutes of water in once a day. That's it. You want them to dry back. I know they say you can't overwater in cocoa, but yes, the hell you can. Do you know how many dead plants were in the back of my room from getting overwatered in cocoa? Yeah. So 2 minutes, an hour after the lights come on and the plants stay praying. You got to let them get those proper drybacks. If they don't get those proper drybacks, they'll never pray. They'll always be wilted because they're always getting overwatered. I tried 3 minutes a day. It was too much. So I went back to 2 minutes a day, and it literally is perfect for the 11 and 13 cycle. So an hour after it comes on, 2 minutes of water. They dry by the time the lights come off. By the time it comes on, they praying again. As soon as they start praying, they get hit with 2 minutes of water. Perfect nutrients, good amount of Epsom salt. I use Floraflex because Floraflex is a black-owned company. For anybody who needs to know, Floraflex, and boom, that's it. Nah, see, the reason I don't hope for the lounges or nothing like that is because we don't get no access to nothing like that. Like even where I'm at, it costs $2 million to get the license. And after you get the license, you got to have another $2 million that just sits in your account. That doesn't account for all of the inspections. That doesn't count for the water inspection. That doesn't count for the nature inspection. There's so many inspections that come with it. So you put up the 2 million, you wind up paying like another $1 million in inspections. We ain't talking about equipment, fans, genetics. We ain't talking about none of that. Fuck that. Okay, yeah, you just confused me. I water 1.2 grams, 6x plus 20-second feeds last 30. Yeah, you lost me. Y'all know about any of that exist in general currently? What, cannabis lounges? Well, with COVID going on, this would be a horrible time to want to open the cannabis lounge anyway. If you use anything bigger than probably a 2 or 3 gallon pot in cocoa, you wasting time anyway. Oh, 1.2 gallons. Oh, you give 6 20-second feedings a day? Wait. So you give 6 20-second feedings a day, and then the last one is 30 seconds? Yeah, that's madness right there. That's way too much. It would be dope to go to a consumption lounge for cannabis. Yeah, it probably would. Yeah, bro. See, that's too much for me. I'd rather just give them the straight 2 minutes in the beginning of their lights on cycle, and then I call it a day. And let's say I got to round that veg too long because I had some issues and they had to recover. I'll give them 1 3-minute feeding once a day, and that's it. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't want to. I don't know. Yeah, it may work after COVID, but the world may never be the same after COVID again. Yeah, I never feed until runoff. I never feed until runoff. If you feed until runoff, you already overwatered. Is this stream going too long? I still got the same amount of people in here, but I feel bad because we like 3.5 hours in, and y'all still in here. Y'all still got questions. Shit still booming. Should I continue? I feel bad. I feel like I'm keeping y'all up. If y'all ready to end the stream, just let me know. If not, y'all can keep dropping questions and we'll get them answered. I don't go till runoff either, though. There's a rumor that you can't overwater cocoa. That's a fucking lie. Go to Frosty McNasty channel. He'll tell you. And make sure that y'all go follow OG Lazy Man over on Instagram. Make sure y'all follow Frosty McNasty. Make sure y'all follow Low Key Grow. Make sure y'all follow Square One Genetics, Empire Breeding Co. Oh shit. Yeah. I'm not even gonna speak on that King Von situation, but yeah. I didn't even think hookah lounges would still be up with COVID. Because people can't really group up the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I would assume that you can't really open a cannabis lounge right now. Maybe if you have one already going, you might be able to do it. But I don't know. If you want to open one right now, I don't know. Yo, AC, that's a fact. You still in here too, bro? Yeah, see, now I don't feel as bad. Y'all still in the building. God damn. Yeah, they definitely want these lockdowns on the regular. Yeah, and AC, you've been asking some good questions too. And can a man go eat? He been asking some great questions too. I'll just go until my wife tell me to shut the fuck up. Do we have any? We do. Can I have any? Petition to see if citizens initiated ordinance can gain enough signatures to put. Yeah, see, it's just it's a whole lot of shit. So I don't think right now. I would open a cannabis lounge. Not right now. Not right now. I don't think it'd be a good business decision to go ahead and open something that people have to gather with when COVID is still going on. They still haven't figured it out yet. And then they might make it so people got to have the vaccine to be able to even come to your shit. And I don't advise people to go and get that vaccine. I don't fucking know. I try to stay away from that. Tuma 420, thank you for joining, man. I thank everybody for being in here, man. This is dope. Again, this is why I love the cannabis community. Most of us are fucking vampires and we be up all night long doing nothing. Most of us is in the garden or we up all night long doing nothing. See, I don't like that when you got to gain enough signatures and when you got to go. I like the businesses that you could just open. I hate dealing with the stupid shit that comes with this fucking government. Fuck them. They want to tell me what I can and can't open based off of signatures and all this other shit. Fuck them. I bet in a number of years, we've had a handful of tickets been written and a very few summons written for public consumption. Well, yeah, yeah. Maybe again, COVID changed a lot of shit. A lot of shit. Like, I don't even know if hookah lounges are still even open in my area. Because you got to think, what are you going to do? You're going to go and spray sanitizer all over the fucking mouthpiece of the hookah, the hookah things every time. They got to pull a mask down to take a pull of the hookah and pull a mask back up. Like, who knows how any of this is even working right now? I wouldn't want to open none of that shit right now. And then a smoke lounge. See, what y'all don't understand is that cannabis is still federally illegal. Federally is still illegal. So anything you open in that has to do with cannabis at any given moment can be shut down and handed over to big pharma. So it's a risky investment, very risky. Like they wonder why everybody's leaving California, because they made California sound like it was the worst with COVID. So the second that everybody moves out of California, big pharma comes in, swoops up all of the space that's left from the people who moves out of there, and boom, now big pharma gets to play in the cannabis industry, and we start winding up with GMO weed. Yeah, but that's gonna be very hard. It's gonna be very hard. You and Aussie Blue Goblin. What do you mean? Yeah, bro. I don't know. I don't pay attention to what the hell be going on with COVID because it didn't change my life at all. Not genetically modified weed already exists. It's called platinum. Okay, how many of y'all have platinum in y'all area? Just like that, the plat. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. The platinum. How many of y'all got that in y'all area? Just regular platinum, that leafy, uh, light depth platinum from the Asians. How many of y'all got it in y'all area? AC, I know we got it. How many of y'all got platinum in y'all area? Platinum Bubba, platinum whatever. How many of y'all got the plat in y'all area? Because to me, that is the first GMO weed. Maybe if you overseas, you haven't came into contact with it yet. Only Reggie in your, Mr. Coconut. Where the hell are you, Reggie? I got some Mexican homies out in California that still got Reggie. How the hell you only got Reggie though, bro? We gotta switch your life. Platinum Kush breath. Lord Jesus. Can a man go get it? You're not a moderator, so every time you post a link, nobody can click it. I just want you to know that. How many of y'all got the platinum in y'all area? Because to me, that's the first GMO weed. Platinum is GMO weed. What's weird about platinum is nobody but the Asians have it. No one knows where it came from. No one knows where it's a cross of. No one knows who breeded that strain. No one knows anything about it. Every time we get it, it's the exact same. I've had this strain for almost 6 years now. Packs of it have been floating around for almost 6 years now. And it's the exact same thing over and over and over. It's never any better. It's never any worse. It's the same thing over and over. And we have no idea where it came from. It only the Asians have it. And they won't part with a clone of it. So to me, there is already GMO weed out there. Platinum is one of them. I know platinum's really just hitting Florida. Because I had some homies in Florida recently that was telling me that platinum is really just hitting their area. I'm like, what? We had that shit 5 years ago. Well, you know, Canada already went legal for the whole Canada. You could ship up to, I think it's like 32 grams to anybody who you want to in Canada. Well, yeah, cancer is going to increase because people don't know how to eat. People don't know how to eat. Again, if you got a microwave in your house, throw that shit out. Throw that shit out. You should not have a microwave in your house. Microwaved radiation. Cancer is caused by radiation. And then they give you chemotherapy, which is a form of radiation. And then the cancer spreads from wherever you had it to the rest of your body after you get the radiation, because it kills off the immune system. So you could die from pneumonia after having chemotherapy. You could die from a common cold after having chemotherapy, because you want to microwave your food and you want pasteurized food. Pasteurized, a process in which they take a radiated wand to run it across your food to kill it of any inert bacterias or funguses that could be inside of the food. So when you eat radiated food, of course, you're going to wind up with cancer. Women who wind up with breast cancer is because they have a man that's afraid to massage her breast. And men got to grow up a little bit. When I say shit like that, men always think, oh, good, I need to tell a girl I need to rub on her titties a little bit more. No. Breasts need to be massaged because they're in a bra all day long. Conversation for another day. We'll get that another day. But you know what? I'll let you guys go. It's still a lot of people in here, but we'll let you guys go. Thank you for commenting, liking, and subscribing. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Thank you, Kenny Man. Go get it. Kenny Man, go eat. Thank you, AC, my moderator. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being in here. Thank you, everybody, for giving me a thumbs up. Thank you, everybody, for commenting. You already know. Beast Coast, baby. Yeah.